launching. The dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
They're not on vacation. They're in the tangy.
Oh. In the tangy. I didn't get that. It says, what an awesome day listening to our guys while kayaking down the Tangy River.
Yakking in the tangy. They're in the Olin Tangy.
I didn't get that. I thought there was really a place called the Tangy River.
That's right.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room.
Stop breathing. It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
You know, normally Tuesday is the girthiest show of the week. We got a lot of stuff on Tuesday. Today, extra girth.
Oh.
Even girthier.
Girthy. Girth is the word, baby.
All right, so here it is. Inside the NFL, all the news and notes you need coming up at 3:48. Rapid fire. In the 4 o'clock hour, Jayson's beef was my thing.
I don't know.
Which we did not have yesterday because Jayson was being inducted into yet another Hall of Fame. Couldn't make it.
This one was the Philadelphia Cheesesteak Hall of Fame, I believe.
No, this was the Broadcasters Association.
I know. It was actually a big deal. It was a big deal because our guy Paul Keels was also being honored at this.
More on that later. There's actually more.
Okay.
So Jayson's beef, 5:02 today, and then game show at 5:34. What's the game, Boner?
The game this week is UFO trivia. I believe today is one of the, they all these days of the year that's, this is National Fudge Day for like the 8th time or whatever. One of those UFO days is today. So
okay.
I figured let's do some UFO trivia.
Beanie Wells is celebrating by getting probed today.
That's right.
Because he says he was communicated.
He claims he had an experience with a UFO.
Well, not just an experience, like they
like the aliens. Yeah, they brought him up and had a discussion.
Did they beam him up or just come down and talk to him?
I don't remember. I don't remember that part of the story. I know he said that he had an encounter.
All right, Beanie's my guy.
Can I say something? Because I'm
in agreement with you.
I don't know if that happens or not. I tend to believe it doesn't. That aliens are coming down and monitoring us and picking us up and dropping us back off. But I'm not going to close the door on the possibility, right? It could be that that's what's happening. I'm skeptical.
I don't close the door on anything, including Danica Patrick and the reptile people.
Sure. Guess there's a 1%, less than 1% chance.
It's small.
Greater than zero.
But that's right.
Right. But what I will say is I tend to think a lot of those type of experiences are people having some type of a dream or something that has become so real for them that it's familiar. And I will tell you, this made me think. I thought of it this morning, and I meant to ask you about this, and I figure why not? Let's start the show by asking you this.
Let's go.
I had a dream. I have had this dream probably since I was a kid, some version of it, where...
That's not how the speech started.
No, I don't even... That's a different dream, to be clear. That was a better dream.
That's a better dream.
I'm about to tell you about.
All right.
We should all strive for that dream.
Okay.
But the dream I had was often as a child, and I've had this as an adult. I just had this last night, where I wake up in the middle of the night, frustrated, until I realize I was having a dream.
Yeah.
Where all I'm doing is some version of tasks that I know are coming up that day. Like for yesterday's dream, it was getting here to work. So I had to get up, get a shower, brush my teeth, put my clothes on, get in the car, walk in here, talk to people, and eventually make it onto the show. I've had this dream like that since I was a kid, whether it's going to school, going to whatever I had. And in this dream, the entire time, I am moving at the pace of a snail. Like, I know that I'm moving slowly. I physically want to move faster. My brain is on fire going, why aren't you moving faster? Look, you dropped this thing you're holding because you can't move quickly. And I'm just moving like I'm in cement. Like, I cannot move. Have you had a dream like that ever?
Let me tell you something. What you're describing to me is the happiest dream I've ever had in my life. because every dream I have, I've talked to you about this,
I know,
is a psychotic nightmare. Just last night, I had a dream that I was witness to 5 people getting shot in the face. Yes. Shot in the face. There was a serial killer out there, shot in the face, and it was my job to simply call 911, but I can't get through to 911. In my dream, I have never successfully contacted 911.
But you have dreams where you think you should contact 911
Yes, all the time.
Wow.
What I had last night, I'm telling you right now, the psychoest of the psycho dreams you've ever had, that is my every night. I have looked up on the internet, what do I have to do to not dream about this stuff? I have talked to medical professionals. What is wrong with me? And you know what they say? They say, I don't, you just have a very active imagination. Well, can we take it down a little bit?
Yeah, just need it to calm down a bit. Because that's what I've heard is that this is, because science doesn't really know why we dream. They're working through it. They're trying to figure it out. Their best guess is what you just said. From all I've heard, too, they believe that our brains have a lot of capability. We're trying to use some of it. But at night, the parts of our brain that are maybe not getting used as much in the day, they're going crazy.
I want to turn mine off.
They're going like, hey, this is like extra, but it's exercise for your brain. And they're hopeful that this means that you're actually a little more intelligent, which we clearly know is not true for you.
No, dumb me down.
And me. Yeah, I want to be as stupid as possible if it means I don't have dreams like that.
Well,
and
then the problem is I wake up from the dream, and it doesn't even faze me that much anymore. Like, most people would wake up in a cold sweat, scared, nervous. You just saw 5 people get shot in the face.
Sure.
Okay?
Right.
That's traumatic. I just wake up like, all right.
Yeah.
And then I go back to sleep, and I'm in the same dream.
Oh, really?
Yes, I jump right back in. It's not like, oh, and now puppies.
See that?
No, I'm into the same dream.
That never happens.
All the time.
Man, the amount of times where I've woken up from a dream, and it's like, so anyway, these lovely ladies are now going to escort you to this gigantic mansion where they're going to, it's a 2-week orgy. Just about to happen for you. And it's like,
dreams.
I'm reading the invitation being like, well, that's pretty interesting. I don't know how I got here. Then I wake up to like a child jumping on my bed and screaming at me because it's time to get up. And I'm like, oh, like I never the next night go back and it's like, anyway, here we are at the mansion. That never happens.
Have you ever had an erotic dream about someone that you work with?
No.
No?
Not that
I had one once.
I'm trying to think. Not that I can recall.
It was
off the top
very
of my
awkward.
Head.
It was me and Bodie Wells.
Well, I mean, we can't control where the brain goes at night, I found sleep to be so fascinating. There's a few books I've read written about sleep, which oddly enough will put you to sleep.
Yes,
which is kind of a fun.
We're not going to do this all
function
day.
of that. No, but what I will say is the point that was made by one of these books was saying, do you understand that when you're asleep, you are physically paralyzed? Our bodies do involuntarily move a little bit, but your brain is I can remember you can remember the dreams you've had. Some of us remember them better than others, but people can remember dreams. So some part of our brain is cognitively aware that we can walk around, we can taste food, we can do different actions, but our body does not go, time to walk, and your arms move and your legs move and all that.
Well, some people do. That's
some people do.
Sleepwalking.
Right. Some people do have that, and they've studied that to try to understand what is going on there. But I find all of that fascinating. And the weird thing is we do this a third of our lives. And the science is like, yeah, we kind of know what's going on, but really we have no idea. They really don't know what we're doing under there. Whenever the eyelids go closed.
It's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
So I dream about the radio all the time, but it's never in this building.
Interesting.
It's always in the other building.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. A
part of your brain was like, nope, I don't acknowledge this building that we're in now.
And when I dream about current events, it could be Samantha and Kristen, they're there. I'm always in the house that I grew up in. Never my house.
That is also very interesting. Yeah. I bet a psychologist would have a field day with all of what we're talking about.
They've written theses on me, buddy. And the good news is you all get to benefit from it. 3 hours a day of total psychosis.
Yeah.
The Jackets have announced that Steve Mears will be the new TV voice. He has done Penguins stuff, Islanders stuff, NHL Network.
Won the Indy 500. We know
that too. Steve Mears.
Sorry, that was Rick Mears. My bad.
His Twitter handle, this is right up our alley, is something Mearsy. which we always make that joke. Like hockey players have the same dumb nicknames. Just put a Y on their name. Hey, how you doing there, Mearsy? You talking to Jonesy over there?
What was Cam Atkins' nickname? Was it Cammer? What the hell was it? Was it the Clam?
Hey, Cammy.
No, I can't remember what it was, but it was something like that where it's like his name's Cam. That's a nickname.
No,
for
right. We've
Cameron.
taken Mears. It's a one-syllable name, easy to say. We've put a Y on the end of it to add another syllable to it.
Dude, but I'll tell you, today I realized we are the biggest hypocrites on making fun of people for that.
Why?
There's 3 people on this show every single day. You, me, and who?
Teddy.
There you go. What's his name? His name's Ted.
His name's
Ted.
Theodore.
Ted is a nickname for Theodore. Ted is short for something else. We've then taken a shortened version of his name and re-elongated it. Use that.
We do that for Timmy, too.
We do. I'm saying we are hockey guys, essentially, because we are taking Tim and Ted and turning them into Teddy and Timmy. We're as guilty as they are. So, Mearsy, come on down.
Hey, Mearsy. So, officially announced today. And this is the guy that Rimmer told me was getting the job.
Oh, okay.
So
Rimmer knew.
I did. Well, Rimmer knows everything.
I know he does.
He knows. He's like, I don't know who the coach is going to be. You know who the coach is going to be. He's more plugged in now than he's ever been.
I will say, I went and listened to some of this guy's calls that I could find. He has on his website, he has like a little video showing, as a lot of guys in this business do. They have little videos showing some of their work. I think, now again, I haven't heard him call an entire game, but from what I heard there, if that's essentially his highs and lows and kind of how he, discusses the game, I think we're in good hands.
Yeah,
he sounds pretty
I'm
good.
actually going to take it a step further because I know he's listening right now. I'm going to say we're all going to forget about Jeff Rimmer real quick. Real quick.
Look at you.
As a matter of fact, it's supposed to be tomorrow. We may have muffins with Mearsy tomorrow instead of name dropping with Jeff Rimmer.
Is that right? We're just going to bounce him
Muffins
and go right
with Mearsy.
Muffins?
What do you want? M word. Give me an M. Muffalettas?
McNuggets? Beers with Mears? That's right there. We could have beers with Mears. That's easy enough. Beersy with Mearsy? Beer me with the Mearsy? I don't know.
Jackets released the regular season schedule today. We're going to go through all 82 games, win-loss.
And our fever dreams. All that, too.
You can't handle my dreams. Like, if I actually wrote down all my dreams that I had all week long, you'd have me committed. If I shared all the dreams.
You know what? Maybe you should write them down, and you could be the next George R.R. Martin.
Who's that?
The Game of Thrones guy.
Oh.
He's writing about, hot Viking sex or whatever they're doing, He's writing all that stuff down. You should write down, you're like, yes. And then the demon of Gorgonzola came down and murdered my family.
Rhodey Wells into an edit bay.
What?
Randy Quaid was there.
This is all, somebody's Randy, that's for sure. There's a Randy involved.
Jacket stuff next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
We are seeing an accident along Sawmill Parkway. That is over at Bradford Court. Traffic moving slow right now on westbound 161 between Beach Road and Johnstown Road. About a 5-minute delay there. This report sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. In-store only offer ends 8/24. Limit 20. Save big on back to school at Staples. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte. Each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per 1,000 financed at 48 months. 1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Hey, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Sale. Hello. Save up to 50% on outdoor furniture and indoor essentials and have your best summer.
Oh, how about storage for my inflatable flamingos?
We've got you covered. Let's turn your space into a summer haven with space for birds.
Awesome.
Visit us in store from June 12th to July 9th or at ikea-usa.com/midsummer. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on ikea-usa.com/midsummer for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices. With savings, Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on USDA Choice Bone-In Ribeye Steaks in the value pack. They're only $7.99 a pound with your card and digital coupon. Limit 5. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Spectrum delivers with fast and reliable internet. And with Spectrum One, you get even more. Spectrum Internet, so you can work, game, and stream with speeds up to a gig. Plus advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and one Spectrum Mobile unlimited line, both free for 12 months. Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile. Get it all together with Spectrum One, starting at just $49.99 a month. Visit Spectrum.com for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Restrictions apply.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
I've always wanted 3 kids. I came from a family of 3 kids, and I started picturing having 3 car seats in the back of my truck.
That's Megan, Wisconsin native, working mom of 2 and lifelong conservative. Megan never thought she would get an abortion until a diagnosis late in her pregnancy changed everything.
Doctors told us our baby had no chance to survive. And because of Wisconsin's abortion ban, I would be forced to carry my baby for months, knowing he would die. It felt like a bad dream.
To get the care she needed, Megan had to leave the state. And now if senators in Washington pass a national abortion ban, families like Megan's will have nowhere to turn.
These decisions should be made privately amongst women and their families. And government should have no say in that. No senator in Washington should support a national abortion ban.
Paid for by Free and Just. Visit freeandjust.us to learn more.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, mostly sunny, high 88. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 70. And on your Wednesday, look for afternoon showers and storms with a high of 93. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
No Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
I want you to go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on the live stream. Don't worry about us. You can watch us if you want to, if you're sick. But the chat is where to be. There's always special guests in the chat. Right now, Max from upstairs in the chat, as well as F-Bomb Jen Winters in the lots of estrogen in the chat. Please do join them. Now, Bone's going to tell you about soccer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I have this thing. Hey, Mike.
Yes.
The best of rivals, the best of 2 leagues meet again this summer. MLS versus Liga MX. Face off in 2024 MLS All-Star, starting Sunday, July 21st. I'm reading you what it says. After a weekend of soccer celebrations, MLS All-Star Skills Challenge presented by AT&T will come to Lower.com Field on Tuesday, July 23rd, featuring MLS All-Stars versus Liga MX All-Stars as they show off the best of their skills. The two teams will match up once more at the 2024 MLS All-Star Game presented by Target on Wednesday, July 24th. For more information on tickets and events, visit mlssoccer.com/all-star.
Jackets have announced that Steve Mears will be their new television voice. I don't know him, but welcome to Columbus, Steve. You are welcome to join the show if you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, once at least, until we decide that you suck, and that's the end of that. But we can at least talk to you once.
Or Rimmer has him, killed. I don't know. Rimmer just comes in and is
I'm rooting for him.
Well, he should be. I'm rooting for him.
Also, regular season schedule has been released by the Jackets. So we had the preseason schedule the other day. This is regular season schedule. The season opens Thursday, October 10th on the road at Minnesota. Loss.
Well.
Then it's at Colorado that Saturday night, October 12th, before they open up at home against the defending champions Tuesday, October 15th, the Florida Panthers.
That's, I mean, I guess, I don't know if I should view that as the league doing us a solid by letting the fans get to see.
Doing the Panthers a solid.
I don't know. I mean, they're letting the Blue Jackets fans get to see the Stanley Cup winners come to town right off the bat.
Okay.
I mean, you're going to see them anyway because they're in your conference.
You're going to see
them. It's not like they're not
anyway.
going to play you.
You're going to play everybody.
But that's your first home game. Welcome. Let's see what you got. Let's go.
Other notable games, according to them, October 22nd, the Maple Leafs come into town. So October 28th, the Oilers are in.
All right.
November 27th and December 23rd is when the Canadiens come in. Red Wings, January 2nd and March 1st. February 6th versus the Utah Hockey Club. Why do we care? But they're here.
I seriously, let's get everyone involved to chant Utah-ky at them every time they screw up.
Absolutely.
Utah-ky, Utah-ky, Utah-ky. Just do that. Let's go.
February 8th and March 15th, the Rangers are here. February 22nd, the Blackhawks and Connor Bedard, in theory, will be here.
Right.
And then March 13th, the Vegas Golden Knights are here. I don't know why we care about them being here, but they're here.
I don't know.
When's our trip to Vegas? Because I know Jackets fans have that.
When you said ours, do you mean
we're not
us as
going?
a show?
But no,
let's go.
Listeners will go.
Why can't we go?
Because I don't want to go.
What do you mean you don't want to go?
I'm not going to Vegas with you.
Where would you want to go with me?
Greenland.
No, okay.
I told you.
I know, but they don't. I don't know if you know this. They don't have an NHL franchise in Greenland.
So what?
I'm saying of the
Who
NHL.
cares?
How about we go somewhere to an NHL? Let's go to an away game. Let's do that. Want to go to Calgary?
Everybody goes to Vegas. I don't want to go to Vegas. If we're going to go someplace, let's go someplace nobody goes.
So Calgary then? I don't know.
Can I stay at Brett the Hitman Hart's house?
You can stay in the Hart Dungeon, my friend.
No, I mean, I'm sure he's got a condo or something. I can stay in his place, like a guest room.
Is he like, I don't know, is he a landlord? Brett the Hitman Hart, does he own a bunch of properties? And he's just like, oh, yeah, hey, how's it going? And he just shows up and pile drives you if you don't pay your rent? I
mean in his place.
Oh, you want to stay with him?
Yeah, with him.
I thought you meant he had vacate, like he's an Airbnb guy.
No.
Oh, well.
All right, Calgary's in the running.
Okay.
Where else? Teddy, you're coming with us. Where do you want to go? We can get somebody else to run the board. You're coming.
Did you mention Vancouver?
Oh, Vancouver.
I would actually like to go
I'd love to go to Vancouver.
Yeah. You know who lives in Vancouver?
Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé and Sarah McLachlan, who is my favorite female singer of all time.
And presumably other people that we don't even know.
That's right, but we know those people.
We don't know those people.
We know of them.
That's very different.
I'm sure Rimmer could introduce us to Bublé.
Yeah,
Trust me.
He'd go with us, yeah.
I'll tell you.
I'll meet you there.
If I would go to Vancouver, but then I would probably just be like, we'd go for the show. We'd do that. And then when we have our free time, you go hang out with Bublé or you hang out with Sarah McLachlan or whoever you can hook up to go hang out with. I will go get a whale watching tour and go look at the whales.
Can I tell you something?
And then go up
in all
into
seriousness.
into
First
the
of all,
mountains.
we're not going to do this. If we do it, it's got to be a direct flight from CMH.
Yeah.
I'm not connecting.
Yeah, we're
and
direct.
there's no direct to Vancouver.
There has to be.
There's not.
There has to be.
They only go to Toronto. That's it.
What do you mean they only? Who's they?
CMH, our airport.
Oh, we don't have any directs to go from here?
We have no directs from here to Vancouver or Calgary or Edmonton or Winnipeg.
All right, so let's figure out where the directs are. and go there. They got, you know what? They do have a direct to Seattle. That's Pacific Northwest. I love going to Seattle. Let's do that.
A long flight.
We can go check out the Kraken.
I don't want to see the Kraken.
Go to Key Arena.
Seattle. You were just there. You saw a naked guy on the subway.
I want to go again. See if I can find him. Ask him what his deal is. What are you doing with all that down there and up there, wherever? I don't know where he has it all. I didn't really look. I might have a little bit.
Looked. Your kids are scarred for life.
They didn't look.
Speaking of naked adults, I was reading something today with Jenna Bush.
Okay. This is taking a turn.
So Jenna Bush is on the Today Show with Hoda Kotb.
Daughter of
Bush.
W.
Yes. Jenna, is it Hager Bush?
I think that's right. No,
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they were having this discussion on the show about how she walks around her house naked.
Oh, sure.
And lets her kids see her naked. And she felt body shamed by her 4-year-old because her 4-year-old kept pointing out how big her nickels were.
I'm laughing because my 4-year-old is also at the stage where that is what she refers to those as, is nickels.
Nickels. That's right.
My 4-year-old lifts her shirts up and goes, Daddy, look at my nickels, because she learned what they're... And of course, we all try not to laugh at this because we're not trying to encourage this. But the first time she did it, I passed out laughing because I just did not expect this.
Right.
And Melissa, my wife,
she does it all the time.
Yes, my wife instantly was like, she's been doing this all day. Please don't encourage it. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't know that she'd broken through on the nickels conversation.
But I guess my question to you is, what's your rule on nakedness? Because for me, like Samantha has seen Kristen naked all the time.
Right.
You know, but she's never seen me naked.
No.
I don't want her. I remember my mom naked to this day. I remember her naked.
Yeah.
It scars me.
In our house, there are 3 girls and then my wife. So 4 women, 4 female people. They are all naked all the time.
Yeah.
I am the only one who has clothes on ever. I am always asking them to put their clothes on just for the purposes of society. We should probably occasionally put clothes on as we're walking around doing things. We also have a house that faces the backside of our house faces our neighbors' backside of their houses. And I don't know who's out in what backyard when.
Yeah.
I'm encouraging them to put clothes on occasionally. But yes, I don't let them. Now, if I'm sitting on the toilet and I've got my, pants down by my ankles and all that, I mean, they just barge in and I'm like, can you please knock? Just don't barge in. So they probably got that memory scarred into their bodies. But other than that,
now I do too. Thank you.
No, I'm just saying I can't.
By the way, speaking of on the toilet,
I lock the door. They pop it open. They come in anyway.
I want to tell you what type of sick F Timmy Hall we have working here.
Oh,
okay.
Is this
it involves Timmy Hall and the toilet and another man.
Does it involve the size of his nickels?
No.
Okay.
Tiny
nickels on him. You think?
Like Tic Tacs.
Have you seen him?
Yes.
Oh,
tiny,
okay. Teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Wish that was my problem.
Mm-hmm. Huge dinner plate for you?
Yeah. Yeah, we're big.
All right. No salad plates, just full on dinner plate man nipples. Nickels.
Yeah.
Timmy, a toilet, and another man. That's my tease for you. Coming up next.
Yes.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
We're still seeing that accident on Sawmill Parkway. That is over at Bradford Court. Expect delays heading northbound on 71 between 670 and 11th Avenue. Traffic is slow in that area. This report's sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. In-store only. Offer ends 8/24, limit 20. Save big on back to school at Staples. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Great coaching can make all the difference, especially when it comes to your money. At Right Pac Credit Union, our financial coaches are on your team. We'll help you create a winning game plan that's customized for your unique needs, so you can make the most of your hard-earned money and live the life you want to live. Best of all, Right Pac Credit Union serves all of Central Ohio, so getting in the game is easy. Let's win together. Stop by one of our Central Ohio member centers to get started today. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save. With a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
When you have to stop but don't really want to, stop at BP. Because BP has everything you need to keep it going. Fuel to keep the adventures going. The BP Me app to keep the savings and the commutes going. Snacks and drinks to keep the crew going. And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going. A stop at BP isn't a stop at all. Keep it going.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only thing harder than common man's arteries is T-Bone thinking about a red-bellied woodpecker. This is Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of This Stupid Show. It's available wherever you get your audio. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click, subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling.
Mike, before you get to your story about Timmy and the toilet.
And another man.
Yes. This is from the YouTube chat, which if you're not following us on YouTube, you can find us. Just 971 The Fan. Go there, and there will be a live stream up throughout the day. Whatever show is on has a live stream. You can watch us. We're on camera if you want to see it.
Panama Ted has just jumped in the chat.
He has. Max has been in there. Jen has been in there. Now Ted is in there. So all of you, we appreciate interacting with us and them. But Brandon was in the chat, and he said, Steve Mears was my college roommate. I'm confident he can handle all of your debauchery. Please don't hold back on him.
Nice.
If we ever have him in.
I won't.
He went to Bowling Green, correct?
Yes, he did.
All right, so there we go.
Steve Mears, if you've missed it, is the new television voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yes, that should probably
That
also
was
be
announced today.
And then we promptly made fun of the fact that that his Twitter bio is Mearsy.
Hey, Mearsy.
Only because every hockey player ever, it seems like, has to have a nickname, and any hockey person apparently has to. We can't, like, I'm sure Rick Nash is not called Rick or Nash. He's probably called Nasher, right? Around there?
Well, the video game guy is
I know
Nasher.
that guy is. I always wondered, was that guy doing that in homage to Rick Nash? I know he's
Nasher.
Columbus guy. I don't know.
You know what warms my heart?
What's that?
When I look over at Teddy and I see him talking to the head engineer, Greg, because that means nothing's wrong.
Nothing's wrong.
What's wrong?
No.
Just shaking your head. Are we off the air?
No. Well, we're on the air. Okay, that's good.
Just doing a little update. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
It's all good. No problems.
Okay.
Teddy, can you ask Greg a question for me?
I could try.
Ask him if this is one of them.
Yeah.
What does Greg have to say
Is
about
this one
that?
of them?
Sure is.
No,
Oh,
it's
no,
not.
it's not.
You
No,
lying
it's not,
sack of
Greg.
crap.
No, it's not.
Get out of
Stop.
here. All right. Speaking of sack of crap,
Yes.
here's my tease. Tim Hall, a bathroom, and another man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
All right.
So Timmy and I are standing out there earlier today playing ping pong. One of the guys who we call a serial dumper from the other side of the building comes over here, goes into our bathroom, closes the door. He's in there for 10 minutes. We know exactly what he's doing. He does it all the time.
You and Timmy are playing ping pong at the time this is occurring?
Yes, that's
and
right.
So our ping pong table is in a very open area here where the bathroom is just off to the side. So anyone who's going to use that bathroom while people are playing ping pong, it's impossible not to notice them. You would have to know who walked by.
Yeah, so this
and went
guy,
in.
serial dumper, walks in, closes the door, 10 minutes later, walks out. Timmy and I are just finishing up our ping pong battle, which he won today, by the way, when this guy walked out. Now, we both shake our head. We know what he's doing in there. But Timmy today takes it to a new, unhealthy level that I didn't know what he was capable of. He says, I'm sorry. I'm a very curious guy. I got to go in.
I got to go in.
I said, what do you mean you got to go in?
Was
You
he
know-
in there?
You
What
know
is
what
he
he was
talking-
doing in there. No, he just left.
He left, and then Timmy said, I have to go in there?
I have to go in. I said, no. Why are you going in? I got to smell it.
What?
You got to smell it. You
No.
know what he's doing. Why do you have to smell it?
No.
You sick F.
Yes.
But he walked in there, and as soon as he walks in, he goes, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Yeah, you walked into a big plume of crap. What did you think it was going to be? A mushroom cloud of feces of another man. Not even your own mushroom cloud.
Dude, have you ever, I'm sure you have, I've done this, where in my own house, I've had a nice session there where everything got evacuated out of there.
Got it.
Flushed and all that, washed hands, left. Walked back into that bathroom like a minute or two later. Maybe I forgot something and had to go back in there. And it's my own.
That's your own.
And I
it's
walk
disgusting.
in and I go, oh, what foul demon has unleashed this on humanity? Like, I can't believe that's a thing.
It's different when you
It's
walk in on
mine.
accident.
Yes.
Where it's
but
like,
I'm
oh, I
saying-
didn't know that guy was in here. Timmy knew it. He sought out the
No,
crap.
Let me tell you right now.
It's out of his mind.
Going and seeking it out, if you accidentally walk into something like that, that's just a part. That's just bad. It's a part of life. It's bad. It's no good. Timmy purposely saying, I got to experience it. I feel like there's a crime there. I feel like he's done. I don't know if it's not stalking. It's not leering, but it's a bit of voyeurism that's uncomfortable for me. He's engaging in a level of knowing a person more than he should naturally want to, I feel like there. I don't want to know that about anyone.
I knew a guy. I don't even know if to tell this story. It's so
here we go.
It's so disgusting. I knew
okay, hold on. How disgusting are we talking?
I'm going to say it's more disgusting than what Timmy did today.
Well, all right. I mean, we've told more disgusting stories
I know,
than
but
that.
now I'm trying to. All right. Anyway.
All right. Well, how about we talk about it in the commercial break and figure out if it's worth bringing to the air? How about
How about this? I'll just tell the story.
Okay.
So I worked with this dude.
I love our conflict resolution. It's like, I'm really worried about this. Well, why don't we discuss it?
I worked
No, I'm
with
just
this
going to do it.
dude in Bakersfield, California, which, by the way, I think today they're setting a new temperature record.
Oh, congratulations, Bakersfield.
Damn hot. Anyway, anytime we would have a female guest in the studio.
Oh, no.
After that female guest left, he would go and smell the chair. It wouldn't even pretend not to. It would just go over and
Nope.
And I'd be like, what the hell's the matter with you? Aren't you curious? No, I'm not curious.
No, I'm not. You sick F.
I'm curious about you right now, you psychopath. Thank God I only worked with that guy for like a month and a half. Yeah. And we both got canned.
I will. Here's what I will say for Timmy. That what he did today is not on the level of that dude that you just mentioned. Because what that dude did, that is criminal. Like you're a creep. You need to be arrested.
I don't know if it's criminal.
No, it should be. I would criminalize people who sniff other people's chairs.
What is the accused charged with? Sniffing chairs?
No, you know what it's charged? He's charged with, look at this weirdo.
I understand.
Look at him.
But
He's
I got to tell you something. Tim's getting close.
No. Tim, I could almost see like a detective mind there saying, I know that's probably what he did. I need to confirm it. I need to know that I visually saw the person go in there and then go in and confirm with another sense that this is in fact what happened. He did. I don't think, did he stay in there for 2 minutes and just go, oh yeah. Or did he get immediately out? Right? He left immediately. He opened the door, went, woo!
Yeah,
and then left.
He didn't stay and save her.
Yeah, okay. So at least Tim, we could say, is trying to deduce and verify. And somehow,
but what I'm saying is he's on the wrong end of things,
you're right. He's over there.
Like serial killers, they start out with like, I just want a clump of your hair, and they just rub it. Oh, clump or a pant. Then it gets to a panty. I need a panty, and then all of a sudden you're not satisfied with just that stuff. You got to kill somebody.
You know what else gets you on that list?
Timmy's going to kill somebody in the bathroom.
But also gets you on that list is saying the word panty exactly how you just did. You are on that slide of the spectrum, my friend. Whatever is just going on there was disgusting.
Give me your panty.
Do you ever think about, though, how, like, crime scene investigators and serial killers, they're not far off, right?
I don't know what Adam Sandler got here. Ooh, panty time.
I can't do it.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
I do feel like you talk about the surgeons and serial killers being a couple childhood traumas apart from each other, and I think crime scene investigators probably have to do that, too, right? Where it's like, said it a million times, Johnson, 3 dismembered body parts. Well, let's get in there and look at the bone marrow. And you're just like, ew.
Takes me back to sniffing craps. Sniffing rando craps.
I know we need these people to help us figure out crimes, but it's kind of gross work. We can all acknowledge that.
Inside the NFL, all the news and notes you need. Coming up next.
Let's pray to God that's what we actually do in the next segment, not something else.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
A couple of problems to keep an eye out for, including an accident on Stelzer Road over at Agler Road, and still seeing that crash on Sawmill Parkway at Bradford Court. Expect some heavier traffic in those spots. This report is sponsored by Zybart, who stands between your vehicle and rust. Bug guts, scratches, and your best friend riding shotgun? Refresh your ride with Zybart Detailing Services. For a limited time, scratch removal from only $29 and window tint starting at $99. Zybart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Welcome to the plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
You've
Got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
America's favorite car show returns to Columbus with a jam-packed weekend of cool cars, cool people, and good times. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Cruise on out with your family and friends and check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing action, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, family fun, and so much more. It's Ohio's biggest hot rod and party of the summer, and it's all going down July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Get details at good-guys.com.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Weston Air Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
We did the math. Common Man has hosted over 5,000 shows on The Fan. 3 of them have been halfway decent. Here's Man and Bone.
Daddy?
Yes, man.
This ain't one of them.
Thank you.
I was told it was, though, by the big kahuna around here.
Big kahuna. Oh, Greg?
Yeah, engineer.
He's an idiot.
Greg, and
he's got COL on in his office.
No, he doesn't. He's not listening to COL. Come on.
It's a T100.
T100 is exactly what he's listening to. That's exactly right.
All right. Hey, by the way, I'm sorry. I saw this on the burner phone, and someone says, are we going to talk about Rogue One? I watched it on Sunday night for the first time, so I would understand the review. Monday's show, nothing. GTH. I'm sorry. I forgot to watch it this weekend. Look, I got a nice long holiday weekend. When we come back next Monday, I promise you, Rogue One review.
Okay.
It's the debut of Common Man Watches Star Wars on Monday's show. Also, big announcement for next week. Next Thursday, which is the 11th, that is our annual No Sports Allowed show. Thursday, the 11th. Take the day off work, quit your job, kill your family, whatever you have to do to free up the afternoon.
Don't do that last
No
part.
sports allowed.
You know, don't quit your job either, but listen to it. We would hope you would listen to it and enjoy it. For those wondering as well, we have not set a date on this, but we are still also planning to do the soundbite bracket.
Yeah, we're doing it all, kids.
We're gonna squeeze it all in.
there.
We got a big summer going on here. We're just trying to find all the
big
times
girthy summer,
all the times we can
inside the NFL.
Common Man and T-Bone's Inside the NFL.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Bone. Well, man, we're at the part of the NFL offseason where we're reporting on things that are expected to happen but have not yet officially happened. I'll give you an example of that. We know that CeeDee Lamb, Cowboys wide receiver, who is going into his 5th-year contract where I think he is set to make $18 million. Let him live. However, he, of course, has seen the wide receiver market reset by the likes of Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And so he would like to also get over $30 million a year and get a new contract. That is why he skipped the mandatory minicamp, which results in more than $100,000 in fines that will all probably be wiped off the board whenever they get this deal done. However, he is saying now, according to the Dallas Morning News, it is expected that at the start of training camp for the Cowboys, he will not be there without a new deal. Well, that is, as of my count, July 2nd that this is being reported. Their minicamp does not start for another 3+ weeks. So there is still time for this to occur. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I want to tell you, this is the news I saw today. Is like he is expected to miss training camp. Sure, unless they get a deal done, which they may. But if they don't, he is saying he will not show up to camp. So it's not really news yet because it hasn't actually happened. But this is the part of the offseason we are in. I will say if the Cowboys don't find a way to pay him, then I don't know. I don't understand what any of this is.
Teddy doesn't understand anything the Cowboys are doing.
This guy had 135 catches, 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns.
They've been sitting on their hands all offseason.
What? Like, when you talk franchise wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb is that's what they look like. That's him. So pay him whatever it takes to keep him happy. He's one of the best 5 wide receivers in the league. I think you want that for you already have Dak. You already know you've paid him. So you have to keep someone that can presumably give him a great target to throw to all the time.
They haven't paid Dak, though.
Oh, wait, they haven't paid Dak yet.
They haven't paid Micah Parsons either.
I forgot. They haven't done any of it.
No.
Good times, Teddy. Good thing Jerry Jones is the wealthiest owner in the league if you just ask him. And yet he can't figure out how to run his team.
I thought Tepper was the...
No, but he wields it like he's the biggest, baddest guy on the block. Whatever. How about this? This is one of the news stories that reminded me of how old I am and how old this guy is. Von Miller was talking about last season. He had an ACL injury, you might remember, in 2022. Tore the ACL, rushed back last year to play, played in 12 games, was not effective. I think it's the first time in his career he has not recorded a sack. Of course, he has, eventually going to be in the Hall of Fame, this guy. He's been very good. But he said last year he really probably shouldn't have started the season off when he did because he wasn't fully recovered. He was trying to be back for his teammates. He was telling this to Sports Illustrated, which, good news, Sports Illustrated still occasionally reports sports news.
Not really.
That's fun. But in either case, he said it's crazy how you get injured, you come back, you really shouldn't have even been playing, and people judge you by a product on the field. I could have easily sat out all of last season, but I couldn't do my teammates like that. I felt like being later in my career, I didn't want to sacrifice any of my years, but at the same time, I probably shouldn't have been out there. In either case, I did not realize this is his 14th year in the NFL. Did you realize that?
He's been around for a long time.
I know, but it seems like I could see him being, 8 or 10 years in the league. I didn't realize it's been 14 years. He will be 35 this year. Let him live. Still out there trying to do his thing. So we'll see if Von Miller can get it done. But that is to me, just an interesting storyline for him. See how effective he can be. After not having a great year last year, maybe now being away from the injury, he'll finally get right. Meanwhile, another guy who's not been in the league that long, but the Vikings are soon expected to re-sign running back Cam Akers, provided the free agent passes a physical, according to the St. Paul Pioneer Press, which is one of my favorite newspaper names in all of the country. Akers is only 25. He's been unsigned since his contract expired back in March. Late second-round pick, originally arrived via the Rams last September. 6 games for him, last year in a rotational role behind Alexander Madison before he had a season-ending Achilles tear. But
what's one of your favorite newspapers?
The St. Paul Pioneer Press.
I like the Canton Suppository. I like that one.
That's what it's called. That is its name. And sadly, buddy, that's all I've got. Because
all the other, sadly, thank God,
all the other NFL news is stuff that we have on the sheet.
If it were up to me, we'd never do this crap. You've told me to keep doing it. The listeners have told me to keep doing it.
I know.
I want to talk about ghost craps.
Ghost crap? Oh, is that what we're calling the fog of regret?
Yeah.
That is in the bathroom when you walk in after someone's taken a poo? By the way,
have you ever walked in and tried to guess who was in the bathroom before you just based on the smell?
No. I can say that with 100% surety. All I've done is gone, ew, and then said,
that goes without saying. But then as you're standing there peeing, you have to play a little game with yourself.
No.
Who made the ew?
I don't. The game I play with myself is, can I finish peeing before I pass out from holding my breath? Because that's all I'm doing at that point.
It's like that AC/DC song, right?
Which one is that, Teddy?
Who Made Poo?
It's not the Balls song, but you're right. It's pretty good.
I go into the bathroom quite often. There's a full bowl of urine just waiting for me.
Oh.
I swear to God, somebody here doesn't have a reflection. Somebody here's a vampire. Because I've never had that thing not go off, that automatic flusher. It's always gone off.
Yeah, I've had it where I'm standing there and it's just like, you got to be done by now. And there's whoosh. And I'm like, I'm not done. Stop whooshing. Let me finish.
Mother Nature is a mad scientist. Stop whooshing. Let me finish. I'm going to prove it to you coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Police and EMS crews now on the scene of an accident, Stelzer Road at Agler Road. That is right in the intersection. Southbound 71 after Green Lawn, a disabled vehicle that moved off onto the left berm. This report sponsored by Donato's Pizza. Every piece is important. Grab deliciousness by the handful with the new Donato's Calzado. Golden crispy crust on the outside, loaded with Donato's flavor inside. Create your perfect Calzado today, just $7.99 for a limited time. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend is back. Shop buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special offers on diamond engagement rings. Visit us at Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, Friday, July 26th and Saturday, July 27th on Sawmill Road.
We go to war for you.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Scherger of Scherger Shannara Trial Attorneys. Remember, when you're in a legal battle, we're your warriors. Call Scherger Shannara Trial Attorneys at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Know your rights, because results matter. warforyou.com. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
Chops here with a message from Paige and her entire Awaken 180 team. They want to wish all the fan listeners a happy and a healthy Independence Day week. Having a party? Find your free recipes at Awaken 180 on all social media channels.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up a brand new store in your area, located at Taylor Square in Reynoldsburg, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, MyBobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my brand new Bob's Discount Furniture, coming to Reynoldsburg this summer.
Get Bob's Discount!
This is Paul Keels for Nature Stone Flooring, a unique blend of natural stone and their specially formulated epoxy expertly installed over existing concrete. Nature Stone is the only flooring solution for garages, basements, and indoor spaces. Family owned and operated since 1989, no other company or product can match the features, benefits, and unconditional warranty of an authentic Nature Stone floor. Visit naturestone.com today and schedule your cost estimate. Act now and save up to 50% off any Nature Stone floor. It's not just a floor, wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. Starting with hockey, today the 2024-25 NHL regular season schedule was released. The Don Waddell and coach to be named later era will officially begin on October 10th this fall as the Jackets begin the season on the road against the Minnesota Wild. The home opener nationwide will be 5 days later on October 15th against the Florida Panthers. As sure of a sign as any that we're getting close to the college football season, today Walter Camp named their preseason All-American teams. 5 Buckeyes made the cut with Emeka Egbuka and Tayleek Williams landing on the first team. Denzel Burke, Caleb Downs, and Quinshawn Judkins landed on the second team. In baseball tonight, the Guardians host the White Sox. Carlos Carrasco's on the hill, and the Reds face the Yankees in New York. Graham Ashcraft is on the bump. Both of those games will get started at 6:40. This update is sponsored by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Does excessive amounts of Prozac make your sack droop down to your knees? Asking for a friend. My friend's name is Mike. Back to Droopy Sack and T-Bone.
Droopy Sack and T-Bone brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. The Schmitz Cardale Jones Celebrity Softball Game is coming. Why picnic when you can Schmidt-nick? It's presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. It goes down Saturday, July 20th, 6:30 p.m. at Huntington Park. It's current Ohio State football players against former Buckeye players. Your captains for the Geezers, Cardale Jones. For the current players, Emeka Egbuka. Tickets are just $10, are available today at BuckeyeCruise.com. Bone?
Yes, man.
Earlier today, I was reading a website. It was called livescience.com, maybe Live Science. I don't know. Depends on the pronunciation.
Sure.
Ants in Florida perform life-saving surgery on their peers. Scientists have discovered.
What about the uncles?
They're only...
No?
Oh, uncles in Florida?
Ants in Florida?
I got it.
I didn't understand
Ants
what we were talking about.
In Florida. They are only the second animal in the world known to do this, along with humans. The researchers found that Florida carpenter ants identify limb wounds on their nestmates, then treat them with either cleaning or, if they figure out it can't be saved, amputation. They do surgery on each other. They can determine, yes, I can save this leg, or no, I cannot save this leg.
That blows my mind.
Yes.
That ants are sitting there looking at this, triaging wounds, essentially. That's what they're doing.
They say only ants and humans are known to do this.
Do they make the world's tiniest scalpels and forceps as well, or are they just using their mouths?
I think just the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they had developed tools for this. So presumably they just like bite the other one's leg off and go, suck it up, Buttercup.
Mm-hmm.
This leg ain't getting healed, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That gives me a new perspective. When I see an ant running around, I got to think twice.
Here it is. In the experiments, they observed that the ants treated their nest members' femur injuries by cleaning the wound with their mouths before amputating the leg by repeatedly biting it.
Hang on.
While the tibia wounds were treated with just cleaning.
Okay. Hang on.
They don't have like little alcohol swabs, Bone. They got to use what they have. Their mouths.
Hang on. What I'm just now learning, what you've just now told me, something I had no idea about until just now, is that ants, we're calling these bones that they have a femur and a tibia and all the other.
Well, I mean, insect.
I mean, they're
just
not
real bones. They're insect bones.
I'm just saying, I don't know anything about ant structure.
Well, I'm just saying at some point, if you're what's the matter with you?
I just Googled this to see what you're talking about, and there's a picture of an ant chomping another ant.
All right, it's an ant. It's a bug.
All right, come look at this picture and tell me you're not horrified.
At some point, they have to name these things. They can't just say, hey, that little leggy bone there, ant.
Well, I know, but ants have like a thorax. I don't think we have do we have a thorax? I don't know. We have a lorax, but that's Dr. Seuss.
Shove my thorax down your throat.
Look at this is what I clicked on. Look how big look at all that. That's the first thing I see when I Google this is this giant photo.
It's not that big.
It's huge. Look at those teeth.
Look at them.
Look, or whatever. I don't know what they're called. Razor choppers? Teddy, I have no idea.
Teddy, you're my friend. If you had a wound, I would clean it with my mouth. And then what I would do is I would bite it off if it couldn't be saved.
Oh, to save my life,
to
you
save
do
your
that?
life.
Oh.
Yes, obviously.
I appreciate that.
I would eat your wound.
Thank you.
But I don't want to poo-poo your generosity here, but it does sound like that's you angling to eat human flesh.
No, it's not that at all.
No, because you've said you want to do that.
Like people do that with like rattlesnake venom. Like you get stung, you got to suck out the wound.
Mm-hmm.
You got to suck out the poison.
Absolutely.
I would do that for you.
Yeah, but usually you don't, put a little A1 sauce on it as you're sucking out the poison.
As Mike is like tying a bib on, he's like, "Well, Ted, I'm sorry it's come to this," and he's sharpening a knife. Where'd you get all this? He brings utensils.
It's
with
just a
him.
sprained ankle.
This is a bone saw you've brought with you.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
I can't imagine.
We talk about food a lot on this show, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about ants eating legs right now, but let's put that aside. I am surprised that there's not a fast food place out there that doesn't do a deal with A1, where they make like an A1 aioli, and they put fried onion straws on the burger, maybe a slice of Swiss,
sure,
A1, bacon, fried onion straws.
I'm all on this.
And then A1 aioli.
Yeah. Why are you asking why that hasn't happened?
Sounds like a winner.
I don't know. If only there was a giant restaurant chain local to the Central Ohio area.
There's two of them. We got White Castle too. Why can't they do it?
Well, I was going to say Wendy's and White Castle, either one of them. Someone should get on board with all this.
I'm just saying.
And by the way, you don't have to have a deal with A1. I don't care. Call it your steak sauce burger and say made with our Wendy's delicious steak sauce. Just come up with your own steak sauce that's similar to all the other steak sauces we ever had, and then just put that on a burger.
I want A1.
What are you talking about?
I like A1.
Oh, you're one of these? You're a brand whore? Is that what's happening?
No, I just feel like most steak sauces are not the same as A1. A1 has a very distinct taste.
I'm saying the Wendy's people can't be like, yeah, well, we figured it out. We know what's going on in there.
No. A1. Like if I see chocolate sandwich cookies, I'm going to say, you cheap bastards.
Yeah.
Put an Oreo in there.
No, but you know what? I have found this is something I will die on this hill. We got to stop getting cereal out of boxes. We got to stop.
We got to stop getting cereal out of boxes?
Because what's in the box? When you open up a box of cereal, what do you have to then open? A bag. And guess what they sell at the store? Bags of cereal. Giant bags of it, not in a box. And it's far cheaper than the boxes of cereal. I'm telling you, they're fleecing us because we like boxes. We have a box, I don't know, affliction, and the only cure is bags of cereal, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen the light. We stopped buying them. We've gone to bags. We're all on bags now.
You buy the generic cereal?
No, it's not. They have Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
They do in a bag?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch in a bag for like $7.
It's not like Cinnamon Toasties Crunch?
They do. And that, by the way, I've had that. It's the same.
It's not the same.
Dude, it's the same. It's the same.
It's not the same.
My kids had Malto Meal. That's the brand. We picked up the Malto Meal once. It was $2.99 for 18 pounds of cereal. It was the most cereal we've ever had. I bring it home. I poured it in a little container that we have so the kids don't know it's not Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I pour it in there. They come out the next morning. They're like, Dad, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch you got is better than ever. I don't know what it is, but it's crunchier. It's delicious.
All right, so clearly it tastes different.
No, they said it was a little crispier. And I said, yeah, it is different. And they said, I like this better. They said better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I just want to point out that you, the man who once upon a time swore that Fiji water tasted different than any other water.
Yes.
Now you're going to tell me that there's no such thing as good and bad cereal.
No, I'm not saying that. I am saying but they do sell the actual brand name cereals in these giant bags, and they're cheaper. You don't have to buy the boxes. I'm telling you, this is a new passion of mine. I'm going to campaign on this. I hear there might be an opening for president. I'm going to try to run. I'm just going to say, if I'm president, every cereal will never come in a box again.
Wasn't one of the old men talking about box cereals during the debate?
Were they?
Recently?
No. Were they?
And then box cereal. I don't know. Why not? What's the difference at this point?
True enough, right? I'm just telling you that they have Lucky Charms in, like, you can get it in a potato sack. Like as many Lucky Charms as you want, they got them, and it's like $9, and it's 18 boxes of cereal.
Now, do you keep it in the bag, or you put it in like a Tupperware thing?
We have a Tupperware thing.
Because I have a little cereal keeper that I put all the cereal in.
See?
Yeah.
You're already there. That's what we have,
it
too.
keeps it fresher.
It does. But I'm saying, so if you don't want to deal with the bag, I'm telling you, the bag is the way to go.
All right.
But that Multi-Meal stuff, it's fine. It's good.
Wawa has broken ground on their first store in Ohio, right outside of Cincinnati. They're planning 60 stores across the state. Are you a Wawa guy?
I'm excited for it to be here. I have always been loyal to Sheetz, but I've also not had access to Wawa's easily.
Well, the other one's coming too. What's the other one? Buc-ee's?
Oh, Buc-ee's. But that's listen, Buc-ee's is a different thing than all, like Sheetz and Wawa and all those places. They're different than Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is like going to, I don't know, Costco versus going to like a convenience store. It's just a different experience.
Okay.
But yes, I'm excited for the revolution of gas stations in this state.
I'm going to say there's no doubt what we're living in right now. We're going to study this in history books. The kids will. They're going to turn to you one day and say, Grandpa, what was it like living in the era of gas stations? I mean, the explosion of gas stations is ridiculous to me. And all I hear is that we're phasing out of gas. Hybrids, plug-ins, phasing out, climate goals by this date. And we keep building these huge gas stations.
Well, you know what they're going to do. I mean, all the ones that I've seen, not all of them, but most of the ones I've seen when they build them, they also have a little spot over here where they have like just some random extra parking. And it's kind of, when you look at it, you're like, why do they put all that extra parking right there? How many people are coming here and like parking and sitting for a very long time?
Well, that's going to put the electric pumps there?
That's what I'm telling you. I think they're like just waiting and saying, if you need and some of them do have charging stations, but yeah, they know. They just want the plot of land. They got the nice convenience store. You go in, you can get all your stuff in there. I'm not just saying one brand. I'm saying all these places are now building giant stores next to the gas stations.
Can I tell you something about the electric
they know.
cars? Let me
they
tell
know
you
what
something.
they're doing.
All right. First of all, I'm not anti-electric. I'm Uncle Electric. How many times are we going to make that joke during one show? I embrace technology that's good, okay? A lot of these supercars are electric driven, right? I mean, 1,000 horsepower, and they got electric motors in them. That's fine. I personally am not getting an electric car until I can pull into a Sheetz or name your gas station, and it takes me 50 seconds to fill up.
Well, that's a real thing.
Then you've got me. Then I'll buy whatever the hell you want me to buy. I'm not plugging it at home. That's fine. I want to know that if I'm out on the road and something hits the fan, if I didn't calculate properly, like Platinum Fox had to do that.
Yeah.
Where he had the plug-in Mustang, right? And he told me about how he couldn't find a charging station, and so he had to ride on like Eco Power with no air conditioning.
Yeah. For 40 miles.
Right, to try and get someplace. He was sweating bullets the entire time. I am not doing that.
He said he had to go, like, wherever he was looking for a charging station, and he said to get to the nearest one, it was actually 40 miles opposite of the way he had to go home. So he had to go a longer route just to get charged. And then it wasn't, I don't think, even a supercharger or whatever they call those, because some of them, they charge you rapidly. Like
no, he said he had
15 minutes or something.
Yeah.
20 minutes. This was one where he had to sit there for like an hour and wait for it.
Forget about that.
Well, I'm with you. I as long as it's something where my day-to-day routine is not interrupted, I do think, I mean, I would be willing to plug in a car at home once I get all the stuff in there.
That's fine.
I would do that.
I want the option of instantly filling up quickly when I'm out.
That's what I'm saying.
I want the option.
If I've miscalculated or I've forgotten that I had an appointment on the other side of town, and now that's going to put me in dire straits.
You and I are stupid.
Exactly.
We will forget.
Yep, I'm with you.
All right, Ryan Day gets another commit. Details next. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Westbound North Outer Belt over at Cleveland Avenue. An accident there is on the right berm. Still seeing that crash. Stelzer Road over at Agler Road. Police emergency crews on the scene. This report sponsored by Lipton Iced Tea. Relaxing by the pool in summertime. Could it get any better? A cooler of Lipton Iced Tea. If only you had something to pair it with. Someone order Uber Eats. Do summer the easy way and get $5 off your next Uber Eats order and select Lipton 12 packs. See pack for details. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Life. It's full of strange twists and unexpected surprises. But at AAA, it's always been our policy to look on the plus side. And our AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin, for example. Last Monday, his morning coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. Ouch! It was just the jolt of energy he needed to start the day. Later, when his shirt was targeted by the mustard on his burger, he became a proud trendsetter.
Martin, looking good.
And when he walked face first into a sparkling glass door, he was happy to provide some much-needed entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And of course, when his car battery took early retirement, Martin felt no resentment. He knew there was a plus side. AAA's expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA. Are you in a safe location?
While we can't all be like Martin, we can become a AAA Plus member and experience the peace of mind that comes with living on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all taking place July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet and vendor midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guys.com.
The Buckeye Show.
We finally found our CJ Stroud rookie card. The CJ rookie cards are going like crazy.
He's single-handedly saved Panini's football products for 2023.
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unmatched reliability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor-quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit eventriskinc.com.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Let's all give them room to work. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Our video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little breezy out there, but warm and dry on this Tuesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Overnight falling back down to the low 70s, mainly clear skies and light winds. Increasing clouds, heat, and humidity. High temperatures in the low 90s on Wednesday. We'll see a chance of some late-day showers and storms. Some could be strong with gusty winds, the main threat. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If Biggie Size was a radio show, this would be it. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Tuesday. So glad you've tuned in. 3 hours a day, every single day. Do it. Or rot in hell for all eternity. Mm-hmm. Your choice.
Yep.
Ryan Day has gotten himself another recruit for the 2025 class. Defensive tackle Maxwell Roy. I assume it's Roy and not Waugh, like the hockey player.
I hope it's actually Patrick Waugh's son.
Maxwell Roy / Waugh. 6'3", 270, defensive tackle from St. Joseph's Prep School in Philadelphia. 4-star guy. He is the number 229 prospect in the class of 2025, the 26th ranked defensive lineman. So another get for Larry Johnson.
All right. Nice. Good to hear. Run stopper, I would guess, that type of thing.
He's a defensive tackle, so
that's, probably one of the primary jobs.
I would hope so. All right, you're very upset about the soccer you watched last night. I want to give you some time on that. I could not watch more than 10 minutes because I turned it on. That camera angle was so offensive to me, I had to turn it off. I couldn't watch it.
So the U.S. played Uruguay in Copa America. This was the third of 3 group stage matches. That good. We're already off to a good start.
No, the crew would have won.
Yeah, they would have. The U.S. men's national team had to win or tie to make sure that they advanced. They could have advanced technically if they lost. It would have been a whole bunch of circumstances that possibly could have happened. Anyway, none of them did. But this game, watching it, going in, we knew that Uruguay basically needed to do nothing. They had already won the group. It was all done. It was all about for them just trying to keep their, trying to stay in shape and not be, too relaxed going into the next round of games, right? But the U.S. needed to win this game. They had every reason to need to win. On the other side, Panama and Bolivia were playing each other. Panama, who, U.S. had some troubles with Panama, losing that game. That was not great. So we knew that the U.S. had to hope that Bolivia would beat Panama, which did not seem likely, or maybe tie them. That would be a very good thing for the U.S. In either case, this game is going on. It is 0-0. The referee is terrible in this game. It was all bad. There's no good I can say about how the referee's performance was. But I'm watching this game, and as I'm in the second half, I'm starting to think, I need to watch this Panama-Bolivia game because I don't think this U.S. team's going to do anything. They looked lost out there. They were not the better team. And here is how I will sum up their performance, Mike.
All right.
Every time Uruguay would get into a situation where they could get fouled, they would go to ground, roll around like they'd been shot, and the referee would go, "Oh, no, poor baby," and come over and then look at the U.S. and be like, "You suck," and give us a yellow card and just be mad. And then every time the U.S. would get fouled, our guys would instantly get up and go whine to the referee about it and look for something, and the referee was having none of it. I would like to see a U.S. national team, for once, get to a place where they go, "Yeah, I fouled him. What about it? Yeah, I fouled you, and I'm going to make sure you felt it. I'm going to foul you in a way that's smart, tactically, but is not going to get me thrown out of the game." And instead, what I watch all the time is other teams do that to the U.S., and the U.S. looks to the referee and whines about it. Meanwhile, Uruguay just gets up, does their thing, and then while the referee is still standing over the spot where you got fouled, they get up and start playing. The referee lets them go. Inexplicable, this referee.
All right, I do.
But they play the game.
I know.
Uruguay plays the game. The U.S. does not.
There's game playing, and the U.S. didn't do what they needed to do. However, I've asked you this before. What is the purpose of VAR? Okay?
It's video assistant referee.
I know that.
No, I'm saying it's supposed to be, look at this. We got it wrong on the field, but thankfully this referee up above will get it right.
Well, first of all, I'm confused because things that I think should go to VAR never go there, okay?
Right.
And then when they do, you're watching the replay like you had last night, and you had a goal that seems to be offside.
Yeah,
right? You're slowing it down, and that's what offsides is, by the way. It's a little thing.
Yes, but this was one of those offside rules where a lot of people get mad in soccer where they'll say, "Why are we even reviewing this? Why are we even looking at this? The guy was off by half of a millimeter, and we're saying, and otherwise it was a great goal, but we're going to take it off the board because this guy was by like his shoelace, the tip of his shoelace was barely offside, and now we're going to call the whole thing off. This was a situation in this game where the Uruguay player was at least like half a step beyond the last U.S. defender.
Well, regardless.
And on VAR, it was obvious.
Whether it's a shoestring or half a step, this is the rule.
I'm saying this rule, though, is put in place. If you're going to say that VAR has problems with all that stuff, that's fine. This is one that VAR should instantly go, one quick look. Yep, we got it wrong.
Everybody seemed to be in agreement.
Everyone.
This is the way it was.
Everyone.
And then it comes back and it's a good goal. Explain that to me.
I can't. Okay. Other than the referee was awful. But here's my problem. This U.S. soccer program, because it's bigger than just this team, this program has basically done for the last, I don't know, at least 10 years, what they've basically done is say, how much can we get around the fringes of the game? How much can we get by on the margins and the little inches and all this stuff? Instead of saying, you know what, we're going to try to be the best team in the world, and I don't care if you think that's stupid or funny or whatever, we're going to go try to be that. What the U.S. does is go, well, maybe if we snuck around here and did this and did that. In this game, Greg Berhalter, the head coach of the U.S. national team, is telling his players, hey, guys, the other game that's going on now, not the one we're playing and not the one I'm coaching, the other game that I'm not watching, it's tied 1-1. He actually looked at the players and was like, hey, 1-1, and was showing them 1-1. We're tied 1-1. In their game, they were not tied 1-1. They were tied 0-0. Immediately after he does that, Uruguay scores the goal to go ahead. And it's like, we're looking at we're looking at Bolivia and saying, please help us out. Please stay tied. Please do us a favor. Instead of saying, who cares what they're doing? We're going to go win this game. The mentality is wrong from the coach. The mentality is wrong. The players are all weak-minded. They're all wusses. They're all standing around going, why didn't I get that call? Meh. Like they're all complaining all the time. Grab yourself up and let's go. Let's play this game. Let's play some soccer. And instead, they're always looking to get bailed out. So now what we have is a U.S. Soccer Federation that twiddled its thumb for 2 years with Greg Berhalter when they should have fired him. And instead, now we got 2 years to the World Cup, and we got no direction. We got players last night after the game. Matt Turner, the goalkeeper's like, I think we're headed in the right direction. You just got grouped. You got grouped. You can't do it. Stole my soap. It stole my soap. It's terrible. I'm so mad.
Sitting here next to Alexi Lawless, Teddy. I didn't realize.
No, you're not. Because you know,
you got one ginger and they're the same.
I used to be a ginger. Now,
well, I mean,
I'm a silver fox, baby. No, I will tell you this. Alexi Lawless spent the last 2 years shouting down U.S. fans who were like, hey, Greg Berhalter's team seemed to be mediocre and bad. Maybe he should not be the coach. He was like, you shut your whore mouth. Don't you talk about Greg Berhalter. And then what's Alexi Lawless doing today? He's like, oh, guys, I don't know. It might be time to panic. This team's not very good. Shut up, Alexi Lawless. You suck.
Rapid fire is coming up next. I like the passion. I get off on your passion. I could do 2 hours. I know, I like it, but nobody else wants to hear it.
I know.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
It is an accident off on the right berm westbound North Outer Belt at Cleveland Avenue. And keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle off on the left berm southbound 71. That's after Greenlawn Avenue. This report sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. Holidays are joyous times. Sometimes too much fun can make roadways even more dangerous. Before the festivities, have a plan that includes a designated driver, rideshare, or an overnight stay. Extra precaution can help make the journey safer for everyone. Brought to you by Ohio Laborers and Lesset. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is Attorney Robert Sherver, and I want you to remember one thing. We're the legal army that goes to war for you. Call us now at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. It's time to know your rights and get the results you deserve. WarForYou.com.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did your mobile provider just increase their prices again? Switch to Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. With Spectrum Mobile, you get unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Switching to Spectrum Mobile has never been easier. We'll pay off your phone balance up to $2,500. Stop dealing with price hikes from your cell phone company. Get Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com/itpays-to-switch for full details. Offer subject to change. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Raising Cane's Iced Tea is the official iced tea of me, Iced Tea. Now, I heard some people order their box combos with water. Listen, water is for fishes and snitches, Jack. Chill out with Cane's Iced Tea this summer. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Hey, what's up, Buckeye Nation? It's Cardale Jones. Join me Saturday, July 20th at Huntington Park for the Smiths Cardale Jones charity softball game presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. Come check out former Buckeye greats take on this year's current Buckeye stars such as Emeka Ibuka, Jaden Ballard, and many more. Come see and meet the Buckeyes before they hit the field this fall. Gates open at 5 p.m. Contests and prizes all night long. Home run derby at 6:30 and the game to follow. Tickets available at BuckeyeCruise.com. Why picnic when you can smicknick? Get your $10 tickets now at BuckeyeCruise.com.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward. Know what's tricky? Producing a lot of compelling off-season football content. Know what's not tricky? Continuing to come up with reasons why you should do what I did and call Awaken 180. I dropped 45 pounds in just 10 weeks, and to this day, it's still gone, plus 10 more pounds. Calling it magic is an understatement. Awaken 180 isn't just about losing weight, it's about finding a new balance, especially with that GLP-1 hormone everyone's talking about. GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180 is the quicker, safer way to adjust what your body needs without relying on daily meds or injections. My doctors are impressed, and honestly, so am I. Awaken 180 is a sustainable change that's backed by more than just my success story. Over 22,000 others share the same success. If your doctor's pushing for another prescription, ask them about GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180. The support doesn't stop when you hit your goal either. Free support for life. Check it out, awaken180weightloss.com. Doctor approved, Austin Ward endorsed.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only thing scarier than Bones analogies is man's browser history.
I'm sorry, man. I thought you want to see this.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Rapid fire. Coming up in mere moments, a special Tuesday edition of Jason's Beef at 5:02. Game show in the 5 o'clock hour, 5:34. What's the game, Boner?
The game this week is going to be UFO trivia.
We announced on the show earlier that our No Sports Allowed show, the annual No Sports Allowed show, will take place next Thursday, the 11th. Also next week, I have an announcement about a new project that I'm working on. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
So that is next week, a new project.
Do I know about this new project?
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's right. I do.
You know about it. I had to buy equipment for it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because I was unwilling to help you with
new project. Shut up. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Sponsored by Custom Air. Custom Air. Custom Solutions. Custom Comfort.
All right, Teddy, rapid fire number 1.
What's your favorite Ohio State football alternate uniform? The all gray, All white, all black, or all scarlet?
All right, first of all, I want it on record. I hate all alternate uniforms. I like the regular uniform. Okay? You are the Yankees. The Yankees don't have an alternate uniform. They just wear what the Yankees wear, and then they beat your ass. That's what you should be doing. Wear what you wear. And, Nike. You go tell Nike to pound sand, okay? Let me tell you something. Nike's losing a bunch of money. They can't afford to lose a team like Ohio State and a school like Ohio State. It has nothing to do with Nike.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself.
I totally agree.
All right, now, with all that, if I have to pick one, all white.
Are they making Alabama do that, by the way? They're making Penn State do that? Whoever sponsors them, I forget. I'm just saying. You're Ohio State. Which one did you pick?
All white.
I will say the all grays. Just because they remind me of the basketball gray uniforms. I like those a little bit.
All right, that's fine. I changed my mind. All gray.
Great. Earl Grey also. Earl Grey tea. I'm a big fan.
Rapid fire number 2.
Of the college football teams that will be joining new conferences this season, which one or two do you think will have the most long-term success in their new conference?
Long-term success. Should we go down the list? Arizona's joining the Big 12.
I don't want to go down the list. All
right.
Here's the answer. Oregon. Better than USC. They're going to have more long-term success. I think they're going to win more games in the Big Ten. I'm not saying they will win national championships necessarily, but they will be, I think, undefeated or one loss almost every year in the Big Ten.
I don't like that.
I think Oregon will smoke most of the teams in the Big Ten.
With Kennesaw State to Conference USA.
Are they moving to Kennesaw? I didn't know
Kennesaw State is moving from FCS to Conference USA.
I'm a big fan of their Mountain Landis.
Kennesaw Mountain Landis? That's exactly right. My guy.
Former Major League Baseball commissioner.
That's right. Rapid fire number 3.
All right, we've been talking about the Wawas and Buc-ee's and Sheets a little bit earlier in the show.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite convenience store drink and snack combination?
I'm not a big gas station store guy. If I go in there, I'm just getting a bag of chips.
Well, you do go up to our upstairs to our little convenient store sort of area. I mean, it's not Sheets or anything like that, but you like to go up and get you a soda and candy or something like that,
If you're on a road trip, what are you getting? You go in, you've been driving for 4 hours. There's only a gas station. You stop, you fill up a tank, and then what do you get? What do you go in? What would usually be what strikes your fancy?
It varies, but I've always been a combos guy on road trips.
Combos are great. Combos, this is exactly what this question seems geared toward.
And you know me, I like the cracker combos, not the pretzel combos. So pepperoni pizza, cracker combos.
Just because you could play for the U.S. national team because you're a giant softy.
I don't know what that means.
The pretzel combos are the way to go. I'm with the pretzel combos.
All right.
I will say a hot dog and a Coke from a gas station is to me goated. That's just, I enjoy that a lot. Now, a secret, to me, the other option that I like to go for, and this is if you're someone who doesn't regularly use cocaine, but would like the effects of it. I will get a Monster energy drink and a bag of sugary gummy worms, Sour Patch Kids, something like that. That combination of sugar and all the
caffeine has no effect on my body.
And then your heart explodes after you take
I've had one of those huge monsters and then gone right to sleep.
Well, that's
I'm weird. My body's weird.
Well,
it doesn't react to Novocaine either.
That is a problem.
I know it's a problem. Every time I go to the dentist, it's a problem.
You go to the dentist, they're like, it's time to bring out the Civil War tools. Let's give him some brandy.
They ripped open my sack for the vasectomy.
Oh, no.
They had to numb me twice because the first one didn't take.
Oh, no. Yikes.
I had to kick the nurse.
Don't kick the nurse.
It was. I didn't do it intentionally. They zapped something down there, and my leg just kicked the nurse.
When our fictional band, Full Term Ghost Baby, when that makes an album, the first album is going to be called Kick the Nurse.
Kick the Nurse.
Yeah.
Need to get some ants in there to take care of you.
That's right. Get some ants to do surgery on your leg.
Rapid fire number 4.
All right. The movie Airplane was released on this date 44 years ago. What's your favorite movie spoof type comedy?
I'm not really a big movie spoof guy. This rapid fire really sucks.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you that.
You don't have any. You don't like any spoofs?
Airplane's okay. That's fun. There's funny lines. I like it. If I had to pick another one, Naked Gun.
Well, there you go.
Was funny.
So
but
do you like those?
I could watch. Spoof movies to me are like Burger King. Once every 5 years, I'll have a spoof movie.
Oh, I love them. I like Spaceballs, but my favorite of all time, Spinal Tap, 100%. You ever watch Spinal Tap?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
He's never watched it, Ted.
No, I have watched it. It's fine.
My favorite. It's one of the greatest
What's
of all
your
time.
answer, Ted?
I enjoy Airplane, but yeah, Naked Gun, those three that came out, the Naked Gun, I love those three, yeah.
Those were awesome.
Rapid fire number 5.
All right. On Thursday, we celebrate our Independence Day. Do you have a favorite historical person or event from that time period which you enjoyed learning about more than the others, or have you been someplace that you really enjoyed?
Well, I went to Colonial Williamsburg. That was good. Yeah. I enjoyed that.
That is good. I've been to Mount Vernon.
Yeah, I've done the D.C. stuff. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I actually enjoy history a lot. I've read books about Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Frederick Douglass, although he wasn't that time. That's Civil War time.
Frederick Douglass, you're right, was more Civil War time.
Yeah, that's Civil War time.
Okay.
Anyway,
I will say
all those alley cats.
I will say Ben Franklin is someone that every time I read more about him, I have not read a biography or done anything other than what I learned about him in school. But he's someone that I feel like
Ben's a good guy.
I know I probably should read up more on him because every time I read about him, like I know he spoke 4 or 5 different languages. Didn't he produce a German language newspaper? Because he was kind of the belief that like English may not be where we end up, folks. You know, we got a lot of German immigrants coming in. He wasn't sure what language we were going to have. But the biggest thing I know about him is how insistent he apparently was about the turkey and the bald eagle, where we got that wrong. And you know what? I kind of agree with him. As I've gotten in more into birds.
But I thought you loved the bald eagle.
I do love the bald eagle. It's a wonderful looking bird. It's beautiful.
But you want
it's
the
majestic.
turkey as the...
Because you know what a bald eagle does? 9 times out of 10? And this was Ben Franklin's logic. He is spot on this. It is a scavenger. 9 times out of 10, it's not killing a animal and I'm the big hunter. It's like, oh, did someone else kill this animal? I guess I'll pick at the bones. Like that's what the bald eagle's
doing. Why is it
doing.
Also British?
I don't, because
guess I'll pick at the bones.
I'm just saying.
Cheerio.
It's just it's going to take whatever it can get. It's resourceful, I'll give you that, and it's gigantic and it's cool looking.
You know how it gets into the animal too?
How does it do that?
Digs into the butthole.
Is that no? That's not.
Yes,
true.
It does. It goes for the eyeballs and the butthole.
That's what it does?
That's easy access points.
See?
Yes.
Now, the turkey, meanwhile, is also majestic looking. It's a little silly.
Get out of here. It's stupid.
It's majestic. Have you seen them when they're all
dumb.
Puffed up? They're going.
They look pompous.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
But you know what? Turkeys, to their credit, I mean, they can fly. They get up there in the trees at night. They come down. They eat along the ground.
Wild ones, yeah.
Well, yeah. What are we talking about?
The farmed ones, they make the breasts so big they can't fly.
I know that, but that's what Ben was talking about the farmed
heaving bosoms.
Yeah, Ben Franklin was talking about the wild turkeys. I'm going to say a wild because I've seen them like in the wild. They are much more intimidating than the ones you see when you think of like a turkey that you've seen.
No, I got it, man.
They're moving. They're good.
I don't know why we're crapping on the bald eagle here.
Have you ever heard a bald eagle's shriek? It's going to turn you off the bald eagle. Go look up what a bald eagle actually sounds like.
What does it sound like?
It sounds like the noise you're thinking of.
Come on.
It's more like it's whiny and gross.
What do you want?
It doesn't have like when you hear the big like you hear that big shrieking sound that you think of when you think bald eagle, that's a hawk. That's what hawks sound like. You know what I say?
I didn't know you were so anti-eagle.
Need a little hawk Tua. No, I'm saying the
Hawk
Eagles.
Tua. Yeah, you know what bugs me about Hawk Tua, girl?
What's that?
There's one Hawk. All right, here's Hawk.
I was going for the Triple Crown up until I got the hemorrhoid.
Hawk Harrelson. Now Hawk Tua shows up.
Yeah, now
get out of here.
She's
plus the Hawk was Andre Dawson.
That's right. Well, your algorithm is that too. Your algorithm's all screwed up because you're looking for Hawk and instead you're not getting birds and Hawk Harrelson. You're getting Hawk Tua.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad for you.
Algorithm.
I want to kiss you.
Yes. By the way, people are asking, do turkeys have talents? They have talents. They don't have the biggest ones. They got them.
I don't like them.
Leave them alone.
Disgusting animals.
They're not disgusting animals. They're great.
Use the word majestic.
They are.
Oh, look at it.
When they come at you, they're terrifying.
Oh, well, that's different. That's not majestic. I'm scared of this ugly thing.
They're intimidating. They're sleek.
They're sleek?
Yeah, when they're running around. That's what I'm saying. What you see of the big puffed up one, that's all a show. He's a lot smaller under there. He's not that big. He's fluffing. It's like a peacock. He's fluffing up for you.
He's all puffed up.
Yeah.
I got it. Jake Diebler gets himself a good one. In theory, details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
The left lane blocked off due to an accident southbound 71 at the North Outer Belt. That's got traffic backed up from Polaris Parkway. Eastbound 670 at Leonard Avenue, an accident there off on the right berm. Crews are on the scene. This report sponsored by Donato's Pizza. Every piece is important. Grab deliciousness by the handful with the new Donato's Calzado. Golden crispy crust on the outside, loaded with Donato's flavor inside. Create your perfect Calzado today, just $7.99 for a limited time. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
It's the symphonic rock experience everyone's talking about. The Columbus Symphony Orchestra performs Windborne's The Music of Led Zeppelin, featuring conductor Brent Havens, a full rock band, and vocalist Randy Jackson. The hits of Led Zeppelin performed as you've never heard them before. Saturday, July 6th, the Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com. Full details at windbornemusic.com. Presented by Nationwide Picnic with the Pops.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Now at UDF, buy 3 everyday favorites with UDrive Plus to quickly stack an extra 20 cents in gas savings. That includes drinks like Coke and Sprite, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew. And that adds up. UDF, made for you. Specially marked products with an opted-in UDrive account.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Tired of rising food prices? Start saving with deals for days at Giant Eagle and Market District. Enjoy low prices on more than 1,000 of your go-to grocery items store-wide. Dive into deals for a limited time at your local Giant Eagle and Market District.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
Quite a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box, biatch.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, 2 windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, "Ah, a talking window."
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
This is Pre-Tection. Yep, Pre-Tection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. Pre-every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have OFF, the #1 dermatologist-recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
Presenting Again Fling's love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Dumb is the only language these two are fluent in. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Give me a number.
Let's go with 4.
Call number 4 right now. 614-821-9710 gets a family 4-pack of tickets to the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest hot rods, muscle cars, trick cars, customs, and more, all on display. Experience Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing Series all weekend long. The passes are good for one of the days. I like how it says experience it all weekend long, but unless you win this, because passes are good for one of the days.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, all right. I'm just saying.
But you can go one of the day. I will say you can see a lot of it, and you can see all of it in one day, I feel like.
Okay, for more information, visit good-guys.com/GGN or GUN.
Yeah.
GGN. GUN.
I do love the Good Guys. That's a fun time.
Jake Diebler, I forgot his name for a second.
There he is.
Has gotten himself a recruit for the 2025 class. His name is Dorian Jones. He is 6'3", 190, a shooting guard from Cleveland, Richmond Heights. He is a 4-star guy. He is the number 12 shooting guard in the class of 2025 and number 72 overall. So, nice get for Jake Diebler.
Nice pickup. That's what you need. I think keeping the guys from the state of Ohio in the state of Ohio is a very good thing for Jake Diebler to do. You obviously need to get some guys from outside of this area too. But, yeah, let's hope that holds. As we know with recruiting, this is step one of, I don't know, it seems like an infinite number, right? You get the commitment, you get all that stuff, and then the player gets on campus, hopefully, and then they hopefully enjoy their time here and want to stay. But at any point in all this process, players can decide to change it up. So let's hope that we can hang on to these guys. It's not just for this recruit, it's for all of them, right? It's where I'm at with recruiting now, Mike. I don't feel like I can necessarily say, yeah, we're 100% on anybody that's committed until we see them step on the field and play in a game. And even that, the game doesn't go their way. You may get out of that game and say, uh-oh, that guy's hitting the portal.
I laughed today because Evil Bald Colin came over and said, hey, Teddy, anything you want me to tease for today's show? And Teddy sort of looked at him like, well, I'll probably talk about butt cracks a little bit if you want to tease that.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I'm looking at what other shows are doing. Like tomorrow on Morning Juice, 8 o'clock, OSU defensive end Jack Sawyer.
That's
going to be on the show.
There you go.
All right. 1 o'clock tomorrow, that's Rothman and Ice. They're going to talk to Jackets first-round pick Caden Lindstrom tomorrow.
Look at that.
That's nice.
A lot of the future talent, on display, right?
I mean, Jack Sawyer is the talent.
Well, no, but he's not a pro.
No,
he's a college player. And
he's the talent for us.
I'm saying future talent to the NFL. That's what Ohio State is. We feed the NFL. And then now with Caden Lindstrom, he's a young guy getting ready to become a pro too. So there we go.
Steven Stamkos has left the Lightning. He signs with Nashville.
Uh-oh. You know what that means.
What does that mean?
I think we got to break some news to him.
We're going to play the song. First of all, this was, who was it they were talking about trading?
Martin St. Louis?
That's right. And so TSN up in Canada, they do a trade deadline show every single year. And it's not just enough to have analysts, like 19 million analysts on a desk.
No.
They have to have a guy off to the side making up songs on the spot to what is going on. So there was a rumble that Martin St. Louis was going to get traded from the Lightning to somebody. I forgot who it was. And they made a song about it. Here it is.
Could it be that Marty St. Louis is on the move from Tampa to NYC? Tell me why, Stevie, why you don't see eye to eye with your captain? What you gonna do about Marty St. Louis? And who's gonna break the news to Steven Stamkos?
I mean, I wish I was that talented to be able to come up with a song right off the cuff within minutes of a thing happening. I've got a song. I've got the drums going.
You are that talented.
No.
We are that talented.
Not that.
We got our own songs.
Yeah, but they take us longer to come up with. I mean, he did this in like 5 minutes, this guy.
We do our songs in 5 minutes.
I wish.
Keep on my stereo, hosting a crappy version of the sports show. They spend their time talking about food, playing fun sounds, and acting crude. Next Kramer and his shout the dogs. Then there's the quick with the football blog. Spending time talking about the Buckeyes, only when they're not eating French fries. They're my guys, always my guys. They're my guys, always my guys. Tries to keep them in line, talking about sex with the egg wine. Husky Jews being quirky, talent be no worthy. Paul Keel saying, excuse me, Timmy Hall is acting creepy. Common man is a miserable dope, oh, washes out his mouth with soap. They're my guys, always my guys. They're my guys, always my guys. Both of them are fat and lazy. Common man is totally crazy. Bone at the Metro Park, looking for birds and witness throwing out the F word. Ric Flair went to North Korea. Common man is gonorrhea. Always an annoying yell. Listen or you'll go to hell. They're my guys. They're my guys. Always my guys.
All right, we got to go to break.
That's my favorite of all the ones that have happened. Just telling you.
The Hall of Famer times 2, Jayson Stark, Jason's Beef, coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Southbound 71 at the North Outer Belt, an accident now on the right berm. That's been moved away from the right lane. Still seeing that backup from Polaris Parkway. And northbound East Outer Belt after Morse Road. Keep an eye out for a crash there. This report is sponsored by Zybart, who stands between your vehicle and rust, bug guts, scratches, and your best friend riding shotgun. Refresh your ride with Zybart Detailing Services. For a limited time, scratch removable from only $29 and window tint starting at $99. Zybart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Eddie Zellick, 497.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's Anthony for the Good Feet store. 3 words for me: pain-free summer. Spent probably 30 hours walking around the Memorial Tournament and felt awesome with my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store in my everyday kicks. Sure, every now and then we all get random foot pain from pickleball or golf or just being a human being. Having my personally fit arch supports in my shoes has made a massive difference. And even right after I put them in, didn't take long to feel much more supported and aligned, and it's so easy to just move them into any pair. Before I had them, I dreaded being on my feet for any length of time. Well, you have nothing to lose but the pain, as they say. It's a free fitting and test walk. Try them for yourself. See the difference it can make. It did for me. And best of all, you can wear them home. 2 locations on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road, or schedule an appointment at goodfeet.com. The Good Feet store, America's arch supports experts.
That's the sound of sweat falling drip by miserable drip, because your AC has decided to call it quits in this heat. But the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team never quits. So no sweat. The Waterworks offers same-day AC service to help you keep your cool this summer. And that sounds amazing. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Is arthritic joint pain keeping you from doing the things that you love? Bone-on-bone pain in your knee, arthritic pain like I was having in my knee, maybe your hip, your back, your shoulder. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that you can get lasting relief from. QC Kinetics is helping patients like you every day here in Columbus, led by Dr. Ray Tesner. I'm talking about cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Listen, my dad was having knee pain. I was having knee pain. So we went over to QC Kinetics, and they were able to help us out. And 2 years out, I'm still feeling good. My dad can still move around. So learn how QC Kinetics can treat pain and enhance your joints and restore your mobility and give you long-term lasting relief with no downtime. So check them out. Go to 380-208-4544 or head to one of their offices in Dublin, Gehanna, or now the new one that's most recently opened in Grove City.
Incredible lease deals for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Now through July 6th, lease a 2024 Civic LX for $249 a month, or a 24 Accord LX for $259 a month, even a CRV front-wheel drive for $279 a month. 36-month lease, payments plus tax, title, document fees, and $29.99 due at signing. 10,000 miles a year, includes Honda loyalty with approved credit. From the Honda dealership in Central Ohio, Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Parkway, just south of 270.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. Starting with baseball, after being off on Monday, the Guardians and Reds are both back on the diamond tonight. The Guardians host the White Sox for the first of a 3-game set in Cleveland. Carlos Carrasco gets the start. Meanwhile, the Reds will face the Yankees for the first of 3 in New York. Those 2 games will both get started at 6:40. In hockey, the NHL revealed the schedule for this upcoming regular season today. The Blue Jackets begin their campaign out on the road facing the Minnesota Wild on October 10th. The home opener at Nationwide for the CBJ will be on October 15th against the defending champion Florida Panthers. And in the NBA, the Cavaliers and Donovan Mitchell have agreed to a 3-year extension worth just over $150 million. The deal includes a player option in the final year of the contract. This update is sponsored by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
He likes baseball. He likes solar eclipses. He likes Shohei Ohtani. But he loves roast beef sandwiches. It's time for Jason's Beef with everyone's favorite baseball writer, podcaster, author, and former mustache owner, Jayson Stark.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next-day air installation.
I don't know how many Hall of Fames he has to be in, but if there's one in your town, he's coming for it. It's Jason's Beef with our guy Jayson Stark on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Hello, my friend.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
How was the ceremony? I heard you had a little conversation with Big Daddy Paul Keels, who just wins the Ohio Sportscaster of the Year award every year.
Right, I think he's won 5 times. So he definitely knew his way around. He's been there more than me. Your names came up in only the most affectionate way
I don't
possible.
believe it.
You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul sits right next to me, so a lot of times when I'm bending Mike's ear about the show, Paul's just like, time for headphones, and just sticks on his headphones.
Sounds like good strategy. He mentioned that he sits right next to you.
I bet he did.
Yeah.
Did he also mention that he's building another office just to get away from us?
I didn't delve into it that deeply, but it sounds plausible.
So talk about the ceremony. It was a nice time for you?
Yeah. This was in Greensboro, North Carolina. And as you guys know, Mike, I'm a modest guy. I can't really comprehend why I keep going into these halls of fame. I'm definitely never going to be confused with Bo Jackson. But then stuff like last night happens, and it's really overwhelming, man. Just so many legends had so many nice things to say about me. It was unreal. Joe Buck, was probably the big honoree going into this Hall of Fame, and he said a bunch of really nice things to me before he got to the podium. Then he got up there to give a speech, and he said one of his foolproof broadcasting strategies was to find a writer he really liked, then read that writer, steal his stuff, put it in your own words, and people say, "Wow, what a great tidbit that Joe Buck just had." but really, he was just stealing from me.
See, the only reason why he's in the Hall of Fame is because he had the famous dad and because he's stealing your material. That's it.
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty much how he explained it. Yeah.
Can I tell you the secret to you? By the way, I'm going to say one nice thing to you. Okay.
Yes.
You say,
yes.
I don't know how you keep getting into these things. I'll tell you how. You've done really good work for a long time, and you're nice to people. So that's the secret.
Well, thank you. I mean, I love what I do. It's what I've always dreamed about doing from the time I was 10 years old, and I always aspired to be a nice person. But as I said, I'm not Bo Jackson, it's a lot for me to try to understand. Here's another one. Okay, Kevin Harlan was the National Sportscaster of the Year. Another guy, he's a legend to me. I've never met him in my life. So Andrea Kramer told me, I'll introduce you. So she says, hey, here's a guy who would love to meet you. And Kevin Harlan looks at me and starts patting his heart and says, I'm so excited to meet you. You have no idea. And I said, hold on, that's what I was going to say. And that's just the kind of conversations I had and the kind of stuff people said about me all night. My friend Ken Rosenthal was kind enough to fly 2,000 miles to introduce me. If you want, you can read what he said about me in our free baseball newsletter, The Wind-Up, today. But it brought tears to my eyes. You know, these things, stuff like this just doesn't happen to us in our normal lives, right? Where somebody stands up in front of hundreds of people, I mean, thousands of people, I have no idea, and they start spinning these beautiful tales about you. And that happened to me last night. It was honestly one of those moments in my life I'll never forget.
Jason's beef with our guy, Jayson Stark, the multiple-time Hall of Famer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I did see, Jayson, one of the downsides of getting elected to Hall of Fames is that apparently sometimes they give you a giant plaque that you then have to decide what to do with it once you get it in your possession. That thing looked pretty heavy.
Oh, my God, T-Bone. That weighed like 75 pounds. All right, not really. but seriously,
it looked big.
It did weigh almost 40 pounds. You can see it on social media. I posted it everywhere. Just this giant slab of granite. And they were showing me what the other inductees' plaques looked like a couple of days before and said, I hope you've been working out. Can you lift this? And I said, I can lift it. I'm just not sure I can pack it. You know, I was trying to imagine showing up at American Airlines this morning, and they'd say, well, your suitcase weighs 150 pounds. That'll be $2,000, please. But in truth, they shipped it back, which was very helpful. But I had to carry it for a photo op after my speech. And the photographer actually says to me, hey, I'm having some issues. Could you just hold that for a couple of minutes? I said, what? It's easy for you to say. This thing weighed 50 pounds. It was unbelievable.
They have any
but
food
it was really cool.
At this shindig? Anything to eat?
I served filet mignon last night. It was very good.
It was
Excellent.
good? Well,
Yeah,
you're
very
a
good.
tough critic. I just didn't know what they were serving. I mean, normally, every time I talk to you, it's, hey, what'd you have? Oh, just some lobster. That's all.
I keep the bar low at most events like that. They exceeded that bar. We were very impressed by the food, and we enjoy food in my family.
I know. What are you having on 4th of July?
Well, I probably should mention I just got off a plane from an occasion that was really distracting. So I don't believe we've planned the menu yet. Here's what I've learned after some intensive investigative reporting in the kitchen just now.
Yeah.
We'll be grilling. I should rephrase that. I'll be grilling. I was told by extremely reliable sources that I'll be grilling either fish or chicken or burgers or some combination of those things. There will also be corn on the cob. Refreshing beverages, I'm guessing, will be served. Arby's, to my knowledge, will not be served.
Oh.
But if someone in the Philadelphia metropolitan area is listening to you guys right now and would like to invite the Starks to the 4th of July party of the century, all of these plans are subject to change. What are you eating?
I'm going by my in-laws. I think it's just burgers and dogs, which is fine. You know, it's 4th of July. You go simple. I mean, we're not doing fish like you're doing. What kind of fish do you grill?
Well, you can't. Obviously, there's a lot of fish that's really difficult to grill. But one of the, we kind of perfected this in Florida. You get a great hunk of grouper.
I love grouper.
And then you grill it up, and then you make the best fish tacos ever. I know that's not very 4th of July-ish.
That's all right.
It is an option.
Can I tell you something? Other cultures are a part of this country. Celebrate them. That's fine.
That's right.
That's right.
This
I can do that.
Right. Where were fish tacos before America? Nowhere.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I agree with you.
Yeah, good point. Excellent point.
One baseball question, if I may, Jason. Stephen Kwan with the Guards is, a hitting savant this year. He was flirting with 400. I believe as of tonight, he will finally qualify to be in all the stats because he missed some time. He's got a 368 average. Why do batting averages not matter? And we should never talk about Stephen Kwan because it's just stupid and it's an overrated stat.
The fact that he's now slugging 500 has brought him a little cred, from what I can gather.
I would hope so.
I think we talked about this last week. Eno Saris and I wrote a big piece, really fun to do, about why batting average across the sport is now at its lowest ebb since 1968, before that 1909. And we gathered a bunch of theories. But since we ran this piece, we've been deluged by people in baseball saying, you know why, right? Nobody cares about batting average anymore. And there is truth to that, because teams feel like the best way to score is not go out and try to hit 4 singles against Garrett Cole. That's really hard to do that. So your best bet is emphasize on base and hitting the ball hard in the air, and hopefully one of those balls you hit hard in the air will go over the fence. Hopefully 3 of them will go over the fence, and then you win. And I'm a huge fan of Stephen Kwan. I just think we undervalue the bat on ball skills. But like the whole Guardians thing that they're doing this year is amazing to me. If you had offered me 10-1 odds against the Guardians out homering the Rangers on opening day, how fast would you have taken them?
Oh, yeah. I think the story of the Guardians is getting, not necessarily by you, but like the big things we always see in sports media are about what's wrong with the Yankees, what's right with the Yankees, what's wrong with Boston, what's right with Boston, Dodgers. But the Guards have been one of the best stories in baseball, and it doesn't feel like, at least to Guards fans, they don't feel like they're getting the proper love for that. And we're almost to the All-Star break, and it still hasn't really fully broken through there.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, because they're on pace to jump by something like 60 home runs. And I've been talking to all these managers who say they can't understand why their team isn't slugging the way it did in the past. I talked to Brian Snitker, right? He doesn't understand it. Their team slugging is down 100 points. They're not alone. And the Guardians are up 30 points. And I've heard their explanations, but whatever the plan was, it's still really hard to pull that off. Particularly, it's a first-year manager. It's a lot of hitters who haven't hit this way in the past. That is an amazing story to me. I think you're absolutely right.
Speaking of slugging, I saw that Tim Anderson was DFA'd by the Marlins today. I think the Guardians should pick him up just so that Jose Ramirez can punch him in the face.
They could have Punch Tim Anderson night. I'd go to that.
Jason, we're proud of you for the Hall of Fame honor. We will talk to you next week. Have a great holiday.
I appreciate it, guys. You too.
Jason's beef with our guy Jayson Stark on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. What have we not done today? You know the answer. Fat Boy Food Tap?
Yes.
Coming up next, Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Police are on the scene of an accident eastbound 670 over at Leonard Avenue. That's moved off onto the right berm. And still seeing that accident, Stelzer Road at Agler Road. Emergency crews and a wrecker now on the scene. This report is sponsored by Pierre's Ice Cream. Pierre's Ice Cream ingredients inspection. Line up, cream to the right, chocolate chunks left, caramel looking smooth. Every cookie, berry, chip, and chunk earns its place in Pierre's Ice Cream. Made in Ohio, made with the best. Pierre's, we've got your flavor. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Raising Cane's Iced Tea is the official iced tea of me, Iced Tea. Now, I heard some people order their box combos with water. Listen, water is for fishes and snitches, Jack. Chill out with Cane's Iced Tea this summer. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Chaps here with a message from Paige and her entire Awaken 180 team. They want to wish all the fan listeners a happy and healthy Independence Day week. Having a party? Find your free recipes at Awaken 180 on all social media channels.
America's favorite car show returns to Columbus with a jam-packed weekend of cool cars, cool people, and good times. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Cruise on out with your family and friends and check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing action, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, family fun, and so much more. It's Ohio's biggest hot rod and party of the summer, and it's all going down July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Get details at good-guys.com.
This is Pre-Tection. Yep, Pre-Tection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. Pre-every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have OFF, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
Presenting Again Fling's love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
One of the most important Buckeye football seasons ever is coming. The Fan is your home for all the news and interviews you need as fall camp approaches. Join us. We're a friendly bunch of degenerates. Your Buckeye station, The Fan.
Incredible lease deals for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Now through July 6th, lease a 2024 Civic LX for $249 a month, or a 24 Accord LX for $259 a month, even a CRV front-wheel drive for $279 a month. 36-month lease, payments plus tax, title, document fees, and $29.99 due at signing. 10,000 miles a year, includes Honda loyalty with approved credit. From the Honda dealership in Central Ohio, Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Parkway, just south of 270.
Ah, the sounds of summer. The crack of a bat, the splash of a pool, and the dreaded silence of a broken AC. No, don't sweat it. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team for an AC tune-up. Schedule a visit today and stay cool all summer long. All set. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Our video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly sunny, warm, and humid on this Tuesday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Overnight will fall back down to the low 70s. And after a warm and humid start on Wednesday, some scattered showers and storms during the heat of the day into Wednesday evening. Some can be strong with gusty winds the main threat. High temperatures in the low 90s. Should be drying out by fireworks time Wednesday night. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Uncomfortably talking about food.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
This is Man and Bone.
Yes. Game show coming up at 5:34. What's the game, Boner?
Apparently today is National UFO Day, so we are going to do UFO trivia in honor of that.
I'm in agreement with you.
It's also National Beanie Wells thinks he saw an alien.
He's getting probed today.
I hope he's doing
celebration.
Great. I hope so.
That's what they do. 4th of July, people go out and they cook out and they light sparklers. Beanie Wells on Alien Day gets probed.
Good for him.
Once a year.
Way to go, buddy.
Fat Boy Food Tip!
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
It's starting to happen. Not starting to happen. It has happened. All these fast food places now are competing. They're saying, no, we have the best value. See? We care about our customers. And you know who wins? Us.
Yeah.
And by wins, I mean gets to eat bad food cheaply. We're all going to die. I mean, that goes without saying, so we don't win there. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So Sonic has a new menu. Sonic has a $1.99 menu. Now, this is not, as far as we know, a limited time. This is, until they think it's over. So there's not some date you have to go by to get this. But on their $1.99 menu, they have a quarter-pound double cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you're getting a quarter-pound burger for $1.99. That's not bad.
By the way, I F's with Sonic. I'm just going to say that. I like Sonic. Me and Sonic are down. We're good.
Also on the menu, a chili cheese coney, bacon ranch queso wrap, Southwest Crunch queso wrap, small order of tots, and any of the 12 flavors of Sonic shakes in 16-ounce sizes.
That is a hell of a deal.
So that is all. To me, I'm impressed with the quarter-pound burger for $1.99.
Yeah, that's just that alone is reason to give this a shot. But the fact that you're throwing all the shakes in there too. Again, 16 ounces is not the biggest shake you're going to get, but I'll tell you what, that's $2 for a shake is going to fill you up. I'm just talking purely as on it's not healthy, it's not good for you, but it's the fact that you're saying, can I spend $5 and feel like I ate something and got filled up and satisfied? Yeah, if you give me a $2 quarter pounder and a $2 shake, that's enough for me. That'll do the job, let alone you throw a couple fries in there or something, then you're all set.
I'm not the biggest Subway fan in the world, but I was a big fan when they rolled out their foot-long cookie that they did. They got the big churro that they do, too.
Yeah.
What's the other dessert that they do?
They did a churro,
it was a pretzel.
It's a pretzel. It's not a dessert, but yeah, it was just a pretzel with, I think, a cheese cup to dip it in.
Well, now they have something else. They are foot-long snacks.
Oh,
They're calling them melts. Is that right?
I think we talked about these. Aren't they like giant...
Dippers. Dippers is what they call them.
They're like big... Not cheese sticks, but something
like wrap sandwiches. They wrap them in flatbread.
That's what it is.
There's gooey crap on the inside, and it comes with your choice of dips.
Yeah.
The flavors are double cheese, chicken and cheese, and pepperoni and cheese. And then you can dip them. Look, they're $3. Give me something that's foot long for $3. I'll eat it.
I looked at these things. Yeah, a foot long deal. That's great. But when I saw them initially, maybe I'm wrong. Are these the things? Do they kind of look like those roller tornado things that you can get at the gas station?
Pinwheel sort of things.
Okay. Yeah, I'm up for something like that. I do have another thing to add to the Fat Boy food tip here, and it is in the pizza variety, the frozen pizza variety, if you so choose. This is a marketing ploy by the people who are doing the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
All right.
That'll be coming out the end of this month. I believe it's July 26th. It hits theaters. Well, DiGiorno has teamed up with them to offer you 4 new flavors based off of the characters of this movie. You ready for this?
Yeah.
So I have the toppings and the names. The first one is the Wade Special. Deadpool's character, the person who becomes Deadpool in the movies, his name is Wade Wilson. So this is a pizza that he ate in the first movie. Pineapple and black olives is all that's on
former
this.
NFL quarterback Wade Wilson?
Well, that's this guy's name. It's not that Wade Wilson. But a pineapple black olive pizza is what you can get from DiGiorno.
A little something about me.
What's that?
I hate black olives.
I
hate hot black olive. You give me a room temperature one, I'll eat it. It won't be my preference, but I'll eat it.
Yeah.
But a hot black olive?
That's the last
I'd rather
thing you
kill
want.
myself.
I don't like olives at all. But if you like olives, you don't like a black olive. That's interesting. I don't know the difference between that and a green olive.
There's a difference.
I have no idea. The next option here is a Gimme Chimmy, chimichanga-inspired pizza that is a fiesta for your taste buds. Topped with spicy cumin sauce, beef topping, I don't know what that means, but sure, jalapenos, and cheddar and mozzarella cheeses. These, again, are frozen DiGiorno pizzas you can get.
Yeah, but the whole thing about the chimichanga to me is the fried aspect of it.
Right.
It's the fact that you have a burrito and you stick it in a deep fryer. What they should do there is have a special crust that almost tastes like fry bread.
I wonder if you can, well, it doesn't say that they did that, but maybe someday they could. Here are the other two they offer. A spicy Wolvie pie. This is for Wolverine. And I believe the box will actually have his markings on it, of his uniform, his outfit that he wears. Anyway, it's crafted with Wolverine and other meat lovers in mind. It says this pie is stacked with pepperoni, chorizo, and bacon. Now, no word on if it's actual bacon or Canadian bacon, because in the storyline, not that we don't care. It's pizza, right? I hope it's real bacon because I like real bacon better than Canadian bacon. But Logan, the Wolverine, that guy is from Canada. That's his thing.
Oh, all right.
So I'm saying, I don't know if they'll stick to that or if it's actual bacon. I'd prefer it to be that.
You know what I like to call Canadian bacon?
Not bacon?
Ham.
That's exactly what it is. And finally, this is from the other Deadpool pizza they have. Deadpool always likes to say maximum effort. That's one of his, phrases he says in the movie. So maximum pep is what they're calling this one. It is just a lot of pepperoni.
Lots of pep.
And that I will probably be the one. I'll go that or the spicy Wolvie pie. Those are the two.
What are they pricing these at? Do you know?
Doesn't say in this article. Well, let me check. Maybe it does. I'm scrolling further. It doesn't seem to give you. But I mean, it's a DiGiorno, so I'm thinking you're going to end up somewhere in the $7 to $8 range would be my guess.
That's fine. That's pretty much my limit on the pizzas. I did try, for the sake of the show, that Rayo's frozen pizza.
Oh, yeah.
For $14 or whatever. Remember, I said it was fine. It was a decent frozen pizza. It didn't wow me, and it certainly didn't wow me for the price that I paid. It was over 12. I think it was 14.
Oh, no. I'll tell you, I like that Screamin' Sicilian. That brand of pizza, I've had that frozen pie. That's pretty good.
What's the price on that?
I think they're like $8 or $9, though. I could be wrong. Maybe a little bit less than that.
You know what? Look, that's the way
I think
things...
it's under $10. Yeah.
All right.
The DiGiorno, for what it's worth, I don't know if they'll do different crusts with this, but the ones I'm seeing in their pictures, they do look like they're the thinner crust. They do not look like they're the rising or the stuffed or anything like that. So I'm not sure what
Are you
kind
going
of
to
crust
DiGiorno for a thin crust?
Well,
don't you go for the rising crust?
This is what I'm saying, is that this pizza looks a little different than what I think DiGiorno usually markets, that they do this, fresh rising crust, all that stuff, which to me personally, I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather have a thin crust frozen than any of that stuff.
It depends. I do like the Freschetta rising crust. I like Freschetta's sauce. It's zippy.
I have not found a reliable way, maybe you know of one, to get the toppings to not, I would like a crispy topping, but I still get the bread is then almost soggy when I get those, where it's not, I can't get it crispy enough for me on the Freschetta. It's still too, I don't know.
I mean, it's not going to be a thin crust. It's not going to be that.
But it's still a little too mushy moosh for me, as you like to say.
You know what? I like that you said that. It warms me that you said that.
I know you say
Mushy moosh.
You like to say it, and it sticks with me.
That's my little add to society right there.
Mushy
You're going to be
moosh.
on your deathbed. They're going to say, "How you feeling there, T-Bone?" A little mushy moosh.
Yeah, I feel like this bedpan's getting a little mushy moosh. If you know what I mean.
Mushy
I need
moosh.
to change it for me.
All right, game show coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Southbound East Outer Belt after Easton Way. Debris is in the center lane. Use caution and slow down in that area to avoid that. East Broad Street over at James Road. Keep an eye out for a crash there. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Tires worn down from all the summer driving. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus this month and save $160 on select sets of 4 Continental tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. Offer ends July 31st. See store for details. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
It's a red, white, and cool sale at Logan Services. Red hot savings up to $2,700 off a train system. And take advantage of 0% APR financing for 72 months. And pick one freebie for extra home comfort this summer. Plus, check out tax credits up to $2,600. With a system for every home and every budget, it's hard to stop a train. Find us online and book your free estimate now. Fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
At UDF, our made-from-scratch peach ice cream is back with a bonus. When you buy 3 48-ounce cartons, you can quickly stack an extra 20 cents a gallon in gas savings. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you. While supplies last with an opted-in UDrive account.
Find savings to celebrate this 4th of July with one stop at Meijer. Pick up fresh from Meijer 80% lean ground beef family pack for just $2.99 per pound. And family pack chicken drumsticks for 99 cents per pound. Bulk sweet corn is 5 for $1 this week. Meijer potato chips are 3 for $6. And Aunt Millie's Stadium buns are $1.99. Plus, get even more great deals with buy 5, save $5. Get everything you need for July 4th this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in store or in the Meijer app.
The Beat the Heat fan campaign is underway. Help Ohio's most vulnerable residents this summer. Purchase new box fans and take them to the nearest Franklin, Madison, or Marion County fire station. The Fan TV Beat the Heat fan campaign is sponsored by Newman Roofing.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Sunday's the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and DeVere Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Raising Cane's iced tea is the official iced tea of me, iced tea. Now, I've heard some people don't order iced tea with their box combos. I've also heard some people spontaneously combust. Sip on that for a while. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Chaps here with a message from Paige and her entire Awaken 180 team. They want to wish all the fan listeners a happy and healthy Independence Day week. Having a party? Find your free recipes at Awaken 180 on all social media channels.
My name is Dr. Ray Tessner. I'm an orthopedic surgeon in Columbus, Ohio. I've been involved with taking care of athletes and aging athletes for over 35 years.
Dr. Ray Tessner knows a thing or two about joint pain. And one thing he's a big believer in right now is regenerative medicine.
The advantage that I see in regenerative medicine that there's really no downside to it.
Today, you'll find Dr. Tessner at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this exciting way to deal with joint pain, using natural concentrated healing agents from your own body to go to work on achy joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue.
It's one of the best management tools that has come around in a long time.
Tired of that pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Before you go under the knife, get a second opinion from QC Kinetics. You really can get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
QC Kinetics has become a leader in the regenerative medicine field.
Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Off topic is on brand. This is Man and Bone.
Happy, what is it? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm sad I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
I know. You're off tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah, I know.
That's
but
all
we
right.
got the wild card Wednesday. I get sad.
I haven't sold this much, but I need to remind the audience, especially those of you who like to jump in the YouTube chat, tomorrow Timmy Hall will be in, so you get to enjoy Timmy's presence on the show. That is a little thing called Wild Card Wednesday. And then on Thursday, it's the 4th of July. So some of the shows are on, but I think we have baseball starting at like 1.
Yeah, we're not on.
We're not on. And then Friday, you're still off, but making her triumphant return to the show, Jen F-Bomb Winters.
She's going to drop. There's nothing more American than a good F-bomb.
That's right. So listen Friday to hear Jen. And, of course, you can jump on the YouTube chat, hang out. She'll be on the show, all that stuff. So we're going to have some fun.
All right, game show time.
All right, Mike. Today it's UFO trivia in honor of today apparently being National UFO Day.
All right.
Let them live. Whatever. Here we go. First up. When was the term UFO first coined? Before or after the year 1950?
That's interesting, because you would think it would be before, because the whole Roswell thing was before, right? But did they say just flying saucers back then?
Well, it became an official term at some point.
I'm going to say after 1950.
You are incorrect.
All right.
Close. You were close.
I overthink myself. Thought myself.
Overthought. It's okay. 1947, there was a flying saucer, to your point, reported by the pilot Kenneth A. Arnold. And when he was talking about it, he said it's an unidentified flying object. And the military then decided to say, that's a good term. Let's keep using that for anything that we don't know what it is when we first see it.
I got to tell you, Chappie, I see a flying saucer in the air.
But it's unidentified, and it's flying, and it's an object. Now, though, however, they use a different term. What term does the Department of Defense prefer to use? Well, I'm going to tell you. Instead of UFO, they actually have a preferred nomenclature. Is it UOS, UAP, or ELO?
ELO is the Jeff Lynne band.
It's not ELO.
I like ELO.
So is it UOS?
I have no idea.
Or UAP? One of those is actually what they call it.
I'll go with UAP.
That is correct.
What does that mean?
Unidentified aerial phenomena. So they're saying it may not even be an object. It might be a reflection. It might be some gases in the atmosphere that refracted, I don't know, moonlight from Venus or whatever. Who knows? Anyway.
That's what they want you to think,
it's
Bone.
Unidentified aerial phenomena. They said this is something they decided in August of 2020. Because, back in August of 2020, we had nothing else to worry about. So they thought, let's introduce a new term for everybody to learn. It wasn't like we had COVID or anything going on. Next up, the first documented sighting of a UFO happened in the U.S., happened before or after Ohio became a state in 1803. Did this happen before or after? No. This blew my mind. Puritan John Winthrop, governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, wrote about a strange sighting in the sky in 1639. He wrote that James Irell, a sober man who did not drink, just like Tyvus Powell,
you got to say that,
witnessed a flaming light in the sky that was about 3 yards square while in a boat with a couple of friends. When the light moved, it looked like a large pig. Then when the light finally faded away, the three men in the boat were stunned to find they were a mile upstream, not downstream, as you would think you would be, because the current would move you downstream. They thought maybe the light transported them there. They weren't sure what the hell happened, but that's the first U.S. UFO or UAP that we've ever heard of.
I am not saying... No, go ahead. All right. Go ahead. Finish your game.
Next up.
Finish your little game.
UFO sighting over a major American city actually, sadly, caused people to die. What city did this happen in? Was it New York, Los Angeles, or Kansas City?
Caused people to die?
People actually died due to a UFO sighting in which of these major cities?
I'll go with Kansas City.
Ooh, sorry. L.A.
How did they die?
Well, this will make a little more sense when I tell you what year it was. 1942. Kind of remember what was happening in the U.S. 1942?
Yeah, lots of war.
Yeah. So there were reports of an aerial attack over Los Angeles after some unidentified flying thing was seen by a few people. This got reported in the newspapers. It then got, of course, blown out of proportion. And when documenting this incident, the U.S. Coast Artillery Association identified a weather balloon as the cause of the hysteria. But before they knew that, people reading about this were going out to the beach and firing at whatever they thought they saw in the sky, thinking it was a Japanese aircraft.
I see. Yes.
So a couple of people died, sadly, because of car accidents looking for this thing, and they wrecked into stuff. 2 other people died of heart attacks during this panic that was caused in L.A. by these. And again, it's the 40s. It's not like they could just go to their phone and be like, is this real? Oh, no, it's not. No, they were like reading in the paper, here on the radio, and they freaked out. So it was a little bit like the actual Orson Welles War of the Worlds, except people sadly did die. Next up, which of these states is top 5 for UFO sightings? One of them is, the other 2 are not. Vermont, Texas, or Idaho. One of those 3 is in the top 5 for UFO sightings. Vermont, Texas, or Idaho?
Idaho.
No.
Tejas?
No.
They're smoking the herb in Vermont.
You will be among the crazies if you go to Vermont where they're seeing them.
I'm not going to be one of them.
You are more likely to see a strange sighting in the sky if you live in states like Washington, Montana, Alaska, Maine, and Vermont.
I thought it was like New Mexico and Nevada.
Those 5 states have the most recorded sightings of any state in the country.
Okay.
Southern states like Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama have the least. That shocked the hell out of me. Wouldn't you think in Mississippi and Alabama that you'd be having people like, oh man, I was out there, I swear to God, I thought that would be where they'd be. Nope. It's apparently up north. Next up, 1948 to 1969. How many UFO sightings were documented by the U.S. government? Over or under 1,000 in that 20-year period? Buddy, no.
No?
No.
How many?
12,618 sightings were reported in those 20 years. The Air Force investigation of UFOs began in 1948, was known as Project Sign, later renamed Project Grudge, then became Project Blue Book, then became, why do we keep changing the name of this project? I don't know. In either case, all of these sightings reported, over 11,000 of them were explained. They were able to determine what the cause was.
Who's they?
The government.
Yeah, all right.
But about 700 of these sightings remained unidentified.
Right.
And finally, here's one more for you. Can you legally sell and or purchase UFO insurance, which pays members of your family if you're ever abducted by aliens?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Ding me.
There was an insurance broker who still does this. Mike St. Lawrence has been selling this insurance for 34 years.
No one's taking the claim, though, huh?
He sells $10 million alien abduction insurance for $24.95. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I bet he's got a nice house and he's living large and never paid off one of these damn things.
Look, I'm just a stupid guy on the radio. I wish other people on the radio would have that same mentality. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Okay? Because there's no such thing as 100%. There's no such thing as 0%. I'm not here to tell you that aliens are not here and they're not actively abducting people. They may be. I don't know. Space is big. They got to be out there somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're the only intelligent beings out in space.
Sure.
But you're telling me that an advanced race of people has the technological ability to travel to us, okay?
Yeah.
Which assumingly it requires bending space and time. Or if it's actually us in the future, time traveling. Okay?
Right.
There are some people who think aliens are actually just future us coming back and looking at us.
That would be awesome if that's what that is.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is they've got this technology that we cannot wrap our minds around. It melts our brains. But some guy named Carl on the ship forgot to turn the light off.
That's right.
I see it!
Yeah.
You're telling me there's a light on the ship that they just accidentally leave on.
Yeah.
For us to see them after they've bent space and time.
Yes, because they couldn't also like cloak themselves in any way. They traveled light years in space.
And that's what I mean.
But they couldn't find a way to disguise themselves. We can disguise ourselves pretty well in the sky right now. Like, we have planes and stuff that have pretty good technology to keep you from seeing it.
What do you think is more likely? Aliens are actually here and abducting us on a regular basis, or Danica Patrick is right about the lizard people?
You know what? I actually think there's a better chance, seriously, that there is like an alien race that's like, yeah, we're going, but we're not letting them know. We've been observing. We've been observing for a few thousand years.
That's fine.
We're just keeping tabs on this.
They may be here, but we don't know.
That's what I mean, right? Like down in the depths of the Marianas Trench.
I don't know.
That's where I would vacation if I were them. They don't know. Just like, hey, it's time to vacation down there and monitor the humans. No one comes down and bugs us.
Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
2 lanes blocked off due to an accident on westbound US 33 at Main Street. Right now, the exit lane's being used to get around that crash. Northbound East Outer Belt after Morse Road, an accident on the right berm that has been moved from the right lane. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. In-store only offer ends 8/24, limit 20. Save big on back to school at Staples. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Attention, boating enthusiasts. Bennington factory demonstration models are at Buckeye Lake Marina. These exclusive demo units are loaded with the features built to dazzle at shows and exhibits. And guess what? They're all brand new with a full warranty. Some have never even touched the water. Hold on to your mooring ropes because we're offering dock shaking discounts up to $40,000 only at Buckeye Lake Marina. These deals are hotter than the summer sun and won't last long. Visit Buckeye Lake Marina and make your dream boat a reality today. BuckeyeLakeMarina.com, where your adventure begins.
That's the sound of sweat. Falling drip by miserable drip. Because your AC has decided to call it quits in this heat. But the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team never quits. So no sweat. The Waterworks offers same-day AC service to help you keep your cool this summer. And that sounds amazing. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Hey, it's Anthony for the Good Feet store. 3 words for me, pain-free summer. Spent probably 30 hours walking around the Memorial Tournament and felt awesome with my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store in my everyday kicks. Sure, every now and then we all get random foot pain from pickleball or golf or just being a human being. Having my personally fit arch supports in my shoes has made a massive difference. And even right after I put them in, didn't take long to feel much more supported and aligned, and it's so easy to just move them into any pair. Before I had them, I dreaded being on my feet for any length of time. Well, you have nothing to lose but the pain, as they say. It's a free fitting and test walk. Try them for yourself. See the difference it can make. It did for me. And best of all, you can wear them home. 2 locations on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road, or schedule an appointment at goodfeet.com. The Good Feet store, America's arch supports experts.
Rothman and Ice.
There's no way that Rob Pelinka didn't pick up the phone and at least ask LeBron, how do you feel about JJ?
You mean LeGM?
Yeah, LeGM.
Okay.
LeGM definitely had some type of say.
Rothman and Ice, weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Now at White Castle, you can get 12 chicken rings for just $3.99. Tender on the inside, crispy on the outside. Choose from classic, Hidden Valley Ranch, or new smoky barbecue. White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only at participating castles. Tax not included.
There's something about country music that's just so easy. Like a Bud Light. Simple stories, soulful melodies, and lyrics that refer to drinking a Bud Light in the sun. So keep it easy. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bud Light. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Swimming is a great way to exercise and spend time with family and friends.
Always swim with a buddy, keep an eye on children, and be prepared in an emergency if there is no lifeguard on duty. The next time you go to the pool, be water smart and know where the safety equipment is located. Complete the Ohio Department of Health Safety Equipment Scavenger Hunt and learn more about pool safety at odh.ohio.gov/swim. Have a safe swim.
Every day, people drive across bad railroad crossings without ever knowing the dangers that lurk down the track. Site obstructions, overgrown vegetation, natural terrain that blocks the view of impending doom. It's not a matter of if, but when a train will strike another victim. You can help. Report bad railroad crossings at angelsontrack.org. That's angelsontrack.org. Because bad crossings kill good drivers. Sponsored by Angels on Track. Aired by OAB and this station.
Hey, what's up, Buckeye Nation? It's Cardell Jones. Join me Saturday, July 20th at Huntington Park for the Smith's Cardell Jones Charity Softball Game presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. Come check out former Buckeye greats take on this year's current Buckeye stars such as Emeka Ibuka, Jaden Ballard, and many more. Come see and meet the Buckeyes before they hit the field this fall. Gates open at 5 p.m. Contests and prizes all night long. Home run derby at 6:30 and the game to follow. Tickets available at BuckeyeCruise.com. Why picnic when you can Smicknick? Get your $10 tickets now at BuckeyeCruise.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. The host of the Buckeye Show, your friend and mine, wearing white pants today.
Oh.
Timmy Hall.
My stank smellers.
Well, before
How
we
are
talk
you?
about you smelling the poop, I do have to say, Bone and I do all our banging.
You know it.
At Hollywood Casino Columbus and their 12,000 square foot sports book. All the food and drink and coked out Scotty Vegas you could possibly hope for. And the action that you're craving. Stop by Hollywood Casino Columbus today or tomorrow or in the middle of the night because it's there. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, Timmy Hall in his white see-through pants, and yes, they are see-through.
You like that?
Decided today, after a grown man had left the bathroom to crap, Timmy Hall said, I'm a very curious guy. I got to go in and smell it. Which you did.
Which I did not.
You did. You went in there.
Wondered.
You went in. I saw you go in.
Now, here's the question I have. Because I said on the air, this could be borderline criminal, like stalking, leering, like it's a little much. But were you doing that because of like...
Wait, how is that stalking or...
it's a personal thing.
Say I was curious.
You were curious.
You were curious.
And the reason is because it's so over the top. That's why.
Well, it's
a bridge too far. It's gone on and on enough. We've talked about it ad nauseum, how everyone just comes over here. They're never over here at all. They don't spend any time over here or want to get to know us or have any interactions. They come over here, they take 17-minute craps and then leave. So I just said, you know what?
Let me ask you a question.
So I just said, you know what? I got to see what this is all about.
Well,
I'm with you.
I said it was like Sherlock Holmes trying to make sure, like, Watson, we can deduce that this has happened. Deduce being the key word there.
Deduce. I'm seeing it. I get the walk in, the no interaction, just walking straight to it. So I'm saying, you know what? I don't want to feel this pain.
Timmy, I'm with you. I don't like the serial crappers coming over here and taking advantage of our facilities, but would 10 minutes of small talk with some rando make you feel better? And then he says, all right then, and then goes in there and drops the deuce. Then you got to talk to him for 10 minutes.
Yeah, why would you want to talk to him as he's going to do that anyway? I thought you were doing this for science purposes, just to confirm that it happened.
No, he knew it happened.
Well, I mean, we can presume what happened, but we don't officially know.
Nobody's got a shy bladder for 17 minutes.
I mean, I wouldn't think so. I don't, but maybe he's got an intense grooming regimen that he has to do.
Maybe you're in there for so long that the smell has already started to dissipate. Maybe you're sort of hogging the room.
We did have a guy who used to work here. I forget his name. He was Greg's assistant.
Okay.
What was
Deuce.
his name?
But I don't know which one we're talking
his
about.
His nickname was Deuce Stark, right? Tyler Stark.
Yes, Tyler. No, but you know what? Half the time, he wasn't deucing in there. Because I accidentally walked in on him when he left the door open.
Okay.
He was in there. He was brushing his teeth.
Okay.
He was brushing his teeth and he was reapplying deodorant. He had a backpack he would go in there with and have a whole routine that he did.
Was he one of these obsessive brushers? I've heard about these. They brush their teeth like 7 times a day.
He must be.
Can't get enough of it. The enamel's just completely gone.
But you know what he doesn't have?
No enamel.
You know what he doesn't have? Gingivitis.
But you know what? He probably has bad recession because he's scrubbing too hard.
You know what? I found that out.
Try to floss and dust comes out.
I just went to the dentist, and the only thing they told me was wrong. They because I said one of my teeth there's a little bit of sensitivity, and they said, yeah, your gum is receded just slightly on this one tooth.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, what has caused that? And they said, oh, just bearing down a little too much on the toothbrush when you're brushing. And I said, really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, because when you go floss, they're like, make sure when you floss, you get in there. And you're like, ow, this hurts. And they're like, yeah, well, it won't hurt, wuss, if you floss more. And so then I thought, well, vigorous brushing must be good. And they're like, no. Delicate brushing. And then take the tiny little string and just slice your gums up with it. I don't understand how they work. So can a dentist explain this to me in terms that make sense?
So you agree, though, and I've never looked this up. I'd have to ask my dentist the next time I see her. Excessive brushing is a thing, right? That could be bad.
It can be bad. What you just said is accurate. You can brush too hard and cause recession on your gums.
Or not even too hard, but too much. Say you're doing it at a nice soft thing.
But you don't have the proper technique. Because you can't just go side to side like a lunatic.
No, you can't go side to side. You got to do little swirls.
Well, that's what I mean. You go little swirls
all the way around.
Count the alphabet twice in your head.
Here's what I think we should
brushing?
do.
Yeah, count the alphabet twice in your head. And that's a good timing for how long you need to brush your teeth.
I didn't know that. I think what we should all do...
Nice and gentle. Like medium. I'm not like...
Just for the live stream, we should all show the brushing motion to the YouTube stream just so they can see.
My question to you is, I'm very violent with the tongue, okay?
Oh.
Like I get back there, I got to have a...
Me too.
I got to have an almost vomit. When I do the tongue.
I understand.
I got to have a hawk
you hit the gag reflex.
You get that hawk
you're trying to get the gag reflex.
Yeah, well, I want to get back there. That's where all the germs live.
Well, that's where your bad breath stuff comes from.
That's another stupid thing about me. Sometimes I get so self-conscious about the breath from the tongue that I will jam the toothbrush back there until I do have a gag.
Do you hit that hangy ball thing? You go all the way back.
I'm made to be that guy in Pulp Fiction.
All right, we don't have time for what's coming up on the show. Timmy and Tyvis, 2 big hours tonight. Back page.
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone.
Well, man, very quickly, Jamie Foxx has not told us what happened when he was hospitalized last year.
Damn him.
His privacy. He's allowed to do, obviously. However, he was filming the Netflix film Back in Action in Atlanta and was apparently at a restaurant where he saw an unidentified group of people. Someone started videotaping him, and they said, what happened? He said on April 11th of last year, he had a bad headache. He asked his friend for an Advil, and then he said, next thing I know, I was gone for 20 days. I don't remember anything, saying that he eventually woke up. His daughter and wife took him to a doctor where he got some cortisone shots and then was getting treated since then. But apparently, he doesn't know exactly what happened.
Sounds like meningitis, doesn't it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You don't want that.
Meningitis? No.
That's
gingivitis.
That's bad for you.
Don't want that either.
Mm-mm. I'd take it over the menin, though.
Yeah, probably.
Buy menin.
Mm-hmm. Better than buy men out. Right? No? Okay.
Hey,
Sure.
out. Not in.
Buckeye Show is next. It won't be as stupid as what you just heard. It'll be stupider. Because Timmy's wearing white see-through pants.
Yes.
Tyvis is also wearing all white. Did I miss the invitation?
We are going to the Hamptons.
All right.
And you're going to Jupiter to get more stupider. Breaking news. No, sorry. That's it.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
2 lanes are blocked blocked along westbound US 33. That due to an accident over at Main Street. Right now, traffic getting by using the exit lanes, and a new crash causing delays southbound US 23. That is near Olentangy River Road. This report sponsored by Pierre's Ice Cream. Pierre's Ice Cream ingredients inspection. Line up, cream to the right, chocolate chunks left, caramel looking smooth. Every cookie, berry, chip, and chunk earns its place in Pierre's Ice Cream. Made in Ohio, made with the best. Pierre's, we've got your flavor. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
It's a Fan Action Update.
The Cincinnati Reds open up a series with the New York Yankees tonight at 7:05. The Reds are plus 175 underdogs tonight on the money line. The Reds are 23-1 now to win the NL Central, with the Brewers the favorite at minus 390. Cardinals are plus 550 and the Cubs are 16-1. Cincinnati has fallen to plus 560 to make the playoffs. For your Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
It's the symphonic rock experience everyone's talking about. The Columbus Symphony Orchestra performs Windborne's The Music of Led Zeppelin, featuring conductor Brent Havens, a full rock band, and vocalist Randy Jackson. The hits of Led Zeppelin performed as you've never heard them before. Saturday, July 6th, the Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com. Full details at windbornemusic.com. Presented by Nationwide Picnic with the Pops.
With surgery and drugs being the main options to treat chronic joint pain, that left orthopedic surgeons like Dr. Ray Tessner thinking,
geez, wouldn't it be nice if we can have another form of treatment that eliminates some of the downside and has a bigger upside as we learn more about it?
And then he found it. Regenerative medicine, an exciting, fast-growing approach to dealing with pain using healing agents from your own body.
Well, it's using the miracle benefits of the human body to help encourage healing.
Today, you'll find Dr. Tessner at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, giving patients lasting relief from joint pain in their knees, hips, shoulders, and back.
It's one of the best management tools that has come around in a long time.
Finally, options other than surgery and steroids. All natural regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. Learn more. Call today for your free consultation.
Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Incredible lease deals for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Now through July 6th, lease a 2024 Civic LX for $249 a month, or a 24 Accord LX for $259 a month, even a CRV front-wheel drive for $279 a month. 36-month lease, payments plus tax, title, document fees, and $29.99 due at signing. 10,000 miles a year, includes Honda loyalty with approved credit. From the Honda dealership in Central Ohio, Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Parkway, just south of 270.
Listen up, gamers. Mountain Dew has always been your go-to for a refreshing citrus kick. Now it's also your go-to for gaming rewards. With Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards, you just look for codes under the caps of specially marked 20-ounce bottles of Mountain Dew. Enter those codes online to bank points, and then redeem them for awesome gaming gear. Everything from gift cards, game copies, controllers, consoles, custom Mountain Dew gaming gear, and more. Join Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards now.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at mountaindewgaming.com and 2525. Voter prohibited.